Hello, hello, happy Friday and happy New Year. Welcome to our first stream of 2025. Can you even believe it? I wasn't gonna put the headband on and then Anonymous started us off with the $10 super chat and I was like, I gotta wear the moose. So thank you so much. And thank you so much, Mud Chat, for starting us off with the super chats. Okay, so today we have a juicy reading about who is coming towards you. And I don't know if this is going to be romantic or not. I kind of thought in my head that this was going to be romantic. For those of you that are over on Patreon, I thought this would be a nice compliment to the Patreon live stream that we're doing tomorrow, which is, or wait, is it the live stream or is that, no, that's one of the, that's the romance reading that we're doing is, what is it? The romance prediction for 2025. So I thought this would like kind of complement that and go nicely with that. So, okay, we've got 3 piles and we have the anchor card. If you're new here, the anchor card is not a choice. It's just a common energy that's going into all 3 of the piles. And our anchor card is Eros. So just in case you want to get a feel for this energy, get in your mind kind of, what that is. But again, that one's not a choice. So now we've got all 3 of our piles here. We've got pile number 1, which is the seed. Pile number 2, which is venom. venom. And then pile number 3, which is the healer. So I'll put all 3 of these up here. I know a lot of you have already chosen your piles, but even if you have, it's a good moment in time just to take that deep breath and just let it drop and connect with that innermost self. And then whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and be drawn into whatever pile or multiple piles. Maybe you got multiple people coming towards you. I don't know. You have multiple options. And yeah, like I said, I was kind of thinking in my mind that this would be romantic, but I'm not entirely sure. But although we do have the Eros card here at the bottom, so I guess we're just going to see what comes through. We just never know what we're going to get here. So, all right. So starting us off here with pile number 1. All right, let me compassion this. We got to start the new year off with some compassion. Compassion. Okay, let me get some cards here for who. Oh, I reached for the Tarot of Sexual Magic. So I can't show you these cards, but so there's kind of like a schmegdual energy here, and it's bringing out with the Eros. Here as well. So who is coming towards pile number 1, Spirit? I got excited. Who is coming towards pile number 1? Coming towards pile number 1. I just saw the Lover's card here as well. Okay. Interesting. Who is this person coming towards pile number 1? Okay, I just heard, are we going to have problems? I feel like that was you. Okay, so this person, whoever is coming towards you, sees you in your Empress energy. They see you as being very strong, very no nonsense, kind of up on your throne. I'm getting the strong, like black and white energy with these cards. So I'm kind of getting like text message, or they could send you some kind of message here on like through like a dating app or through like social media or on the interweb, something here like that. What is this energy here? Okay, well, they do want to send you a message here. Okay, so maybe this person is wondering if you're going to have problems. You know what? This is only just, I don't really like the energy that's coming out in these cards because I can't really, hold on, let me just get this other deck here. I think I know what's coming through, but I just want to clarify this. Okay, okay, that's what I was getting. I'm kind of getting these like 2 other storylines. Okay. Somebody here wants to take responsibility for something, or they're feeling responsible. And I was kind of getting that because in my mind, I'm seeing the Page of Swords. Abby, thank you so much for the super chat and for the Happy New Year. So I'm seeing the Page of Swords in my mind. So I definitely feel like there's a message, but it's a message that you're not seeing coming. And I think it's a message that kind of somewhat confuses you. And there's two different storylines that I feel like are coming through, because for one, I think that there's been a situation here where it's kind of that black and white energy where you've been confused about it. I think that something happened, and this could have been in a romantic situation where something fell apart, but it also could have been in like a friends group. This could have been in any kind of situation where you were like, what? Like it was something here seemed to come out of nowhere. You didn't know why people were treating you a certain way or why they were responding to you in a certain way. And I'm getting that somebody may offer up some information about that kind of like fills in the blanks of what was going on behind the scenes or what it was that you didn't know that caused whatever kerfuffle that was. And it didn't make sense to you. And you would already know about this. I also feel like you've already put this to bed for a lot of you. But somebody else here has maybe been like obsessing about it, or maybe somebody here was obsessed with you and didn't feel like they could come towards you, and now they want to come towards you and apologize. So this could be a lot of different people. This person that I'm seeing coming in, this could be a person that wronged you, and they are going to come in with some kind of information about why they wronged you. This could be a person who knew about it, like somebody on the kind of periphery of it, and they saw something random, or they saw, and maybe they didn't know what they saw, but then all of a sudden they catch a whiff of something and they just like reach out to you or something. So it could fill in the blanks. But I do just want to say, I think that's the strongest energy for a lot of you. It's this like energy of taking responsibility. But I do want to say there could also be, and this is for a smaller group of you, somebody plotting to do this. Like if this hasn't already happened in the past, this could be somebody that's trying to like make a splash and like maybe even doctor text messages or something like that in order to make you burdened so that they can have some kind of new beginning. So this could be a crazy ex, because that's what I was getting here too with. So this either happened in the past and somebody's coming clean about it, or somebody's trying to make a splash and you didn't have any idea about this. I would be very suspicious of that kind of energy if you didn't already know about this, because keep in mind with technology, like people can fake things and stuff. So just keep open communication with certain people. But I was kind of getting that like this has something here to do with, because I'm noticing the pearl and the diamond. So even if this is a new person that's coming in, okay, so maybe for some of you, you're going to meet somebody new, but they have like a crazy ex. Because what I'm seeing wedding rings, and I've heard this, and I don't mean anything if you have this as a wedding ring or not, but I've heard that it's unlucky to have a pearl engagement ring. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm kind of getting that like somebody here, and somebody here's like the diamond engagement ring, and I feel like the past was like the pearl engagement ring where it was not maybe a healthy relationship. There was a lot of like misfortune. This person could blame you. Somebody here could be just very jealous and trying to start shit basically. And this either happened in the past or it's happening now. If you meet somebody new, they could have like a crazy ex. I hope this makes sense. They could have like a crazy ex that's trying to send you some kind of messages and trying to doctor something and burden this person. So just be very careful about like who you're believing. But I think it's legit if it's something here from your past that I think you've already put it to bed. And I think that you were like, that was really weird. I don't understand why that person that could have been like your best friend, or it could have been somebody that you were cool with. All of a sudden they stopped talking to you. All of a sudden they started distancing themselves from you and you just didn't know. I feel like somebody could be coming in with some kind of information. The missing puzzle piece is what I'm getting. The missing puzzle piece. And it could be like a shock to people here as well. Because somebody here could have been like working in a group in order to obtain some kind of victory. And it was going on behind the scenes. Yeah, there's just a sense that somebody was trying to dominate you behind the scenes. Or that maybe your ex, and you would know who this is, I'm sure, because you'd be scared of this person, I'm sure. They could have written to this person, or they could have forged evidence, or they could have tried to paint you in a certain light. They didn't have any proof, because all this black and white energy, I'm getting like they didn't really have any proof or anything. They tried to frame you for something, and they could have tried to bait them into some kind of like lustful energy, I don't know, and this person is like burdened with whatever this is. So this is like confession energy. And it could come from somebody that wronged you in the past. It could come from somebody associated with them, or somebody who just happened to be in a weird place at a weird time and was like, hey, I noticed this and I didn't realize that it was even information until I realized there was like a kerfuffle about it. They could have seen, I just heard I saw something on your Instagram, or like until I saw something here and then I realized I needed to reach out to you or something like that. Yeah, because somebody here has been maybe suppressing something They didn't want somebody to move towards you, or they didn't want somebody to make you an offer. Okay, so this could be, just to be clear, some of you have somebody that's going to come. Let me see if this is a new person that's coming towards you. They like as a new love interest. This is somebody that's like attached to them, and they don't want this person making an offer to you, and they don't want them moving away from them. Or this happened in the past. And this doesn't have to be romantic either. For some of you, your friend just like, yeah. Somebody here's like trying to protect themselves or trying to cover their bases. Even if this is a person who's trying to start shit, I feel like they're trying to protect themselves. And somebody here, and I think this is you, because I keep getting that like you don't care about this, you know, or like you've put this behind you or something. But I do think that, you know, life is funny like that. Sometimes when we heal our wounds and we've just like, you've given yourself as much closure as you can give yourself. Life is funny like that, where it'll just kind of like pop up on your radar and fill in the missing gaps. Like now that you kind of no longer need it. For some, like somebody might not even sign their name to this message. They just might send you some kind of weird like anonymous message. But I'm getting that you've like healed whatever this is, and you've like potentially turned it into wisdom, and your intuition or your emotions here is what told you the truth about this situation. Or even if somebody was like pulling away from you and you thought it was weird, it could have been your best friend, could have been your mom, could have been your lover, whatever. It revealed some kind of truth here, or you just like let it die or something here like that. But there is manipulation with this Queen of Swords. Yeah, and I just ask, what is that about? Seven of Swords. So, somebody here has a very good way with words in order to manipulate something here. Is this what's being revealed? Oh, okay. So somebody here was like watching in anger, and they were maybe on the internet or just like hiding around. And I'm seeing them watch this kind of relationship here with the 10 of Pentacles. And so they wanted to like lash out. They wanted to doctor information. They wanted somebody here to be alone. They wanted somebody here that's in this kind of setup to be alone. So that they could potentially offer somebody else or like get some kind of offer. Yeah, it's really underhanded energy here. So let me just see if I can't see who else is coming towards you for this. Anything else you want to say about who's coming towards pile number 1? My lunch break coincides with the live. Yay! Okay, let's see. Oh. Okay, so this could be somebody here at work. Or maybe this is while you're at work. Okay, something is bothering someone here. Like they're trying to work or they're trying to like focus on something, and they've been trying to outrun some kind of truth. What else is this? This is so confusing with whatever's coming through here, because it feels like I don't have. All right. Okay, so I don't know if this is a new person. Take this however it resonates. But it is somebody here that's like working, and this is a person who could have been maybe waiting on a message from you or waiting for you to come back. But I feel like you don't see this about this person, and you've been kind of like blocked off and you left. So this could play into the same energy that I've been getting because somebody interfered here. And there's about to be, oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm seeing the scene from The Notebook where she was like, why didn't you write me? And he was like, I wrote you every day for a year. So there's some kind of information like that. Like, why didn't you write me? I wrote you every day for a year. Something here that's not for everybody. Is it like matchy like that? But somebody's maybe going to tell you why they didn't reach out. Okay, yeah, there is justice here. There's a group watching this. Something here was very unfair in the past. Something was very unfair here in the past. It caused somebody to be in a hangman state, and now they're seeing it differently, or time has healed wounds here, or it's made somebody here see things differently. And now they're sad and they're grieving something here. And there's other people that are watching this, like wanting to clear the air. They're watching some kind of secret plan to reach out to some, and they're kind of like, is this person going to do it? Is this person going to come clean? Is this person going to say something? Is this person going to reach out? Yeah. So there could be a group here as well. I just feel like something went on behind the scenes and a group knew about it. Like there's people who knew about whatever this was to varying degrees. And I feel like there could be other people nervous here because they could be outed in some way. So a victory for somebody was to cause an argument. And it could be this ex, it could be a group of people. I feel like it's different people in different situations, but somebody's victory was to cause an argument so that they could try to rush forward here. Travel. Distance, boundaries, far apart, and get away. Yeah. Roll the dice. Take a chance, risk, leap of faith, and strategy. Addiction. Toxic attachment, drugs, alcohol, obsession. And wedding. Marriage, forever, the one in union. Family. Generations, children, ancestors, and origin. Okay, so for some of you, family. There's some kind of family that wants to reach out, and they may want to ask you to travel. They want to roll the dice on something here. But there is a love interest here as well, because it has to do with this breakup situation. Walking away, ending separation, it's over. And it put distance between the two of you. And there's some kind of seed here. They were taking some kind of chance on this addictive energy, and it may have had to do with a reconciliation, or it may have interfered with a reconciliation with their soulmate, because somebody here had a hidden motive, and it was to cause anxiety or depression in somebody. Somebody's family could have been involved in a reconciliation here. Okay, so for those of you that this is family and this is like a group, I feel like, again, there's been some kind of accusations. There's been something said about you. There's a way that you've been painted. Fear of change. And I think they may have rolled the dice in some way on a trip or to get you to travel somewhere, and they want to show you these messages or like what they were told or why they believed something here. It's caused an obstacle here. So somebody I think meant to cause an argument, and it caused an obstacle here. Somebody here was rolling the dice, and they took some kind of gamble, or they took some kind of chance. They thought that they were surrendering, but I feel like this person's had an awakening around this, and I feel like they want to come through. Sorry if this is like kind of spotty, but I feel like that's because the information you have about the situation is very spotty, and potentially the information that this person has about the situation is kind of spotty, but they want to open up and just like tell you what it is that they know. They could be wanting to say that they spent some time alone, reflecting on their actions, or that ever since they did this to you, they felt really alone, or that they understood that they isolated you and that they made you feel really alone. Let me get some... Okay, I want to get back together. I knew that. Somebody here wants to reach out. I just feel like you put this to bed because you're still healing from this. Okay, anything else? And then I'm just going to move on to pile number 2 because I feel like it's past energy, and I think you've already healed from this. But like I said, I think for some of you, this is just going to put some kind of peace together for you. It's going to maybe bring you some kind of peace for some of you. I think you're amazing. Wow, you're beautiful. So they want to come in with some kind of compliment. Laura, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy New Year, Jess. Thank you so much for helping us all to heal. Your video saved my life by opening my eyes to what I didn't want to see. Thank you. P.S. I love your candles. I'm so glad, Laura. All right. I hope you're not with someone else. I've been trying to distract myself from my feelings. Okay, so for some of you, going back to that notebook thing, I'm sorry this is all over the place because I feel like this is different people. So for some of you, like I said, it's romance. For some of you, it's family. For some of you, it's like a best friend thing or something that happened at work. But somebody was acting in a way that was weird, and it pulled away, and they were at a distance. And I think that they didn't know how to approach the situation. Maybe they felt like they were missing some information here, and they're wanting to come in and say that they hope that you're not with someone else. I think you're amazing. My intentions are pure. They are not you. Please don't go. So this person could also be in a relationship with somebody else. So, because they could have gotten themselves into somebody could have gotten pregnant here and they were lured back in, whether you want to believe that or not, that's what's coming through. They were lured back in because they had some kind of addiction to like a toxic lifestyle or something here. And the seed, like with a pregnancy, it set like a certain chain of events into motion with like, don't trust me. I'm scared you're moving on. Somebody here is pulling on your energy, and we get this a lot, but I feel like you put this to bed, and I would just continue to do so. I think you're healing from this. I think you're doing just fine. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not like your advisor or anything, but maybe don't respond to this. Like, because I feel like you've come a long way, and I think this isn't colored in for you anymore. You know, it's like, it's black and white, and I think, you know, I'm kind of picturing, you know how when you get like a cut or something and it's really red and it's really inflamed, but then as it starts to heal, like that redness like really goes down. That's what I'm getting. Like you have healed a lot from this. And I feel like they're really possessive of your energy. They hope that you're not with somebody else, but they're not ready to maybe like own up to what's going on here in a real way, like with their actions. And they have been trying to distract themselves. They keep putting something off here in regards of you. And maybe that's like confessing to something, owning up to something, telling you the truth about something. Something about a friend. Maybe. But they're also scared to like give you what you need. And they're not capable of that either. So I'll just get one more card and then I'm going to call it quits. They want to try to get around obstacles here. But I feel like this is the person that's like bringing the obstacles in. This is a very controlling person as well. They're like trying to control how everything unfolds. I feel like you've connected to your faith through this situation and you've connected to your power. And that's really what you came for is what I'm getting. Like that's really all that you needed. So you've overcome this energy. Okay, so I just asked like, again, like once again, Spirit, just to clarify this, like who is coming towards pile number 1? And we had this Oya power energy. And I feel like this is you in that situation. You've overcome this, whatever this is. And you've overcome it by connecting to your genuine heart energy. And maybe you had to, there's some kind of jealousy here. So again, this person, somebody here could have acted with real, I'm hearing like animosity, but it's like jealousy because they were trying to like overpower you or something, but you found your power in the situation. And yeah, I feel like somebody was trying, yeah, this is done. And I feel like you have compassion for this situation, but I also feel like it's done for you. So I'm just going to move on here from pile number 1. Brandy just said that she thought that this was over. I'm really getting that this is over though. Like the sting is all out of this energy. Like I said, you know, with the red, like whenever you get like a cut, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. There's no color here. This person can't put down your energy. I feel like they're going around and around in their mind about it. Like this is an old broken record. And that's exactly how you feel about it. It's a broken record. And you want to connect with your passion, but you also feel like it's elsewhere. And maybe for you, maybe this is the person that's the pearl engagement ring that I was talking about earlier. And you're deciding to either be your own diamond engagement ring, that like strong, healthy energy, or to move on to somebody who has more to offer you. Then I don't know. Cause I'm just getting that I think these people just want to perpetuate this cycle because they just want to reach out and like maybe text you or have like a back and forth or something, but still not give you much. And I really just feel like you don't care. So, all right. That's pile number 1. So I feel like this person's coming towards you, but you're moving away from them. So they're not, I would just keep your heads up. For some of you, this is like, if you haven't logged on to a certain account, or if you like just opened up an old email address or something, there could be a message there waiting for you from like in the past. But again, it's like waiting to suck you back into the cycle. But there's no color in this for you at all. Like, I just don't think that you're interested. I think you've well and truly put this to bed. That's what bothers this person. But I feel like you've also just like put it on their plate, because this person has a weird fixation on your energy that prevents them from dealing with themselves. And that's what they need to do, because this person's not happy with the situation that they're in. And I feel like they could just constantly tell themselves that they're going to like reach out to you or something. But I'm really truly getting that like you've broken free in some major way from this. So Catherine, thank you so much for the super chat. All right. All right. So if you're just joining us, we are moving on to pile number 2, which is the venom. I'll just leave this up here for a second. Well, compassion. Gotta get a little drink and a little lip gloss. Somebody said, may they find their peace and happiness, right? That's the way to do it. All right, so we're moving on to pile number 2, which is the venom energy. All right, I already feel much better about this pile. Ooh, okay, so this, funny enough, there's a timeline thing here, because I just looked at the bottom of the deck. We have the 10 of Swords upside down, which to me is a healing energy. And I always picture like these swords just like falling out of like this animal. So something here has like died, and you're turning this around on its head. Okay. And then judgment energy, because I feel like you've given this to spirit. And like I said, there's this feeling of like old stuff being put on somebody else's plate, and certain things are being unearthed. So spirit is saying, like, for this pile number 2, for some of you, this does connect to pile number 1. Even if you were drawn into pile number 2, I just feel like you don't want to listen to pile number 1. You kind of already know. And they're just saying that's all being handled. But with this judgment energy, for me, there's always this unearthing. So certain things might, like, you might hear a little tither here and there. And it's to help with your own healing. But okay, so this person, interestingly enough, is like a hermit energy. And this person has, I kind of think, done a lot of meditating. Where is this energy? And so with this venom energy, I feel like they've sucked the venom out of their own life. Like, this is a person who has experience doing this. And for some of you, I just got goosebumps. I feel like this is you. Like, this is you, like, from the future or something. But I actually think for a lot of you, this is a person. And they're like a wise person. They could be an older person. And they are maybe helping. Okay, I feel like they're helping you to unearth like certain things in your mind. And I don't know what it is, but I just heard unlock your potential. And they're helping you to confront your own fears. Now, I just watched Eat, Pray, Love the other night, and I shared one of the scenes on there. But actually, this energy reminds me of Richard, in that, where, you know, he's that older guy, and I think he's been through a lot. I know a lot of you have seen Eat, Pray, Love. You've read the book and everything. But she meets him at the ashram that she goes to in India. And, you know, he's always, she says, do you always speak in bumper sticker? Because he's always giving her these little kind of tidbits of information. And he's always encouraging her to sit for the Bhagavad Gita reading every morning for hours at a time. He's encouraging her to make peace with her past, to forgive herself. There's one thing that he says to her that like really stuck with me. He says, waiting for them to forgive you is a waste of time. Work on forgiving yourself. And she just doesn't really kind of take him seriously, because he's at one point she says, you know, what happened to you? Did you love the wrong woman or something? But then he opens up finally, and he tells this story about how, you know, he used to be a drunk. He used to be a cheater. He hurt his kids immensely. Like, he's really had to forgive himself. He's had to grapple with a lot of it. He's gotten clean. He's gotten sober. He's found his spirituality. So there's a person here like this who I think maybe they might open up to you about their past, but their past is, I just heard wretched, like somebody, they've dealt with some kind of venom energy, and that could be somebody in their world, because notice this is like eating the world. So they could have felt like this venom was eating their whole world, and that could be an addiction. That could be a person that they had to deal with. I'm picturing this person like wrestling something to the ground. So they've really grappled with a lot here, but you might not see it here with this Eros card, because again, she says like, why do you always speak in bumper sticker? And I always think about that kind of kind of sentiment with the Eros card where it is black and white. And to me, I would just imagine the Eros card to be like red and pink and like vibrant or whatever. But so I feel like this person has a lot of passion, and it might not even be schmegdual passion, but it's like passion for life or a spiritual passion or passion for what it is that they do. But they come across in this kind of black and white energy. So for some of these could be a professional, but I'm not getting that so much. But it's like they've taken the sting out of like what it is that they're saying. Sting might be relevant. This person might like Sting, or they might look like Sting, or they might like, I don't know. Sting might be like they might listen to Sting, but yeah, so, but I'm just getting that this person wanted to completely revamp their life, and they did, because I'm seeing this Pluto energy in the sign of Virgo, and Pluto always sits where what we want most. And I feel like what this person wants most is this hermit energy. They want to be wise. They want to go inwards. They want to be able to be alone. But also Virgo energy is like the earth angel energy. It is the angel of being of service and really helping people. And I feel like with this judgment energy, to me, it's that Pluto energy of like, let's just get in there. So this person, like, you just might meet them and be like, and I don't know, they might open you up to like a new part of yourself, you know, and they're like, let's get in there, like grabbing your hand and like, come on, like, because Richard kind of does that. She finds him so abrasive, like at first. It's because she doesn't understand his heart and like kind of where he's coming from. But once she does, then life really does kind of start to open up to her. And I don't know, he's honestly one of my favorite parts of like that whole story and that whole, they might have a funny nickname for you because he calls her groceries. But yeah, I feel like this person is coming into your life, the Lover's energy, and the Son of Wands. Okay, so they might help you heal some kind of like lover situation. This could be a romantic situation, and it might not even start off as anything, or you might not think that they want that. It might not start off in like a romantic sense. They could, yeah. You know, he also says to her, he's like, hey, groceries, believe in love again. You know, so I feel like this person is trying to help you believe in love again. And this is not like a one and done energy. This person might open up to you though and talk to you about like their past and how maybe they never completed what they started. This person has a lot of regrets from their past, but they're very mature about those regrets. And this is the kind of thing where it's like, we all fuck up in life. We all make mistakes. And sometimes I'm getting goosebumps. Like I just heard the word grace. I feel like this person, is grace. They've had to find their own grace. I'm literally seeing like weeping, and I'm seeing somebody put like a wafer under their tongue, and it's like this person is the Holy Sacrament. I'm just getting goosebumps. This person has received the Holy Sacrament. I'm just seeing them. They're so humble. They're so, they're under no illusions that they're perfect. They don't think that you have to be perfect, but they have confronted themselves. They truly have. This is a person who's not running from that. And I think speaking with this person, at least there's going to be one conversation with this person where when you speak with them, or I feel like you might just be listening to this conversation, you're going to realize the depth of this energy. I think this person actually might be scared. Like they might open up to you about like certain fears that they have. But there's a depth here. There's a real power. And I think this person like might keep to themselves, and they might like not say much. And maybe you don't think of this person as being like, you know, a passionate person, but then once they start talking, I just heard they are not going to stop. And this person may even say that like, okay, I need to tell you something. I'm going to tell you a story about my life or something, but I just need you to not interrupt me, you know? And then like, they're just going to go. And like the things that they talk about, it's like the things that people will judge this person for, like, not really, you know, maybe like things that are hard, you know, and they're kind of being vulnerable with you, and they're opening up and they're saying like, look, I did this, I did that, I did that. And for some of you, if this is a lover situation, I feel like this may help to heal your heart, because maybe you've been around like rat bastards in the past that were like cheating on you or whatever, but this is a person who is taking ownership of that. And I feel like it's just gonna be very healing for you to watch this person do it. Even if this isn't a lover situation, I feel like maybe this person's helping to clear out the clutter so that you can have your lover situation. Yeah. So that you can heal, so that you can meet your goals. Maybe so that you can, I just heard, go the distance. I can go the distance. I'll be there someday if I just be strong. Yeah, so I feel like this person, I know every mile will be worth my while. I would go most anywhere to find where I belong. Yeah, so maybe this person has a sense of like not belonging somewhere, or like this is the part like where you connect. And I think weirdly enough, and I'm getting goosebumps again, this person might be what it looks like. You know, like what it looks like to finally confront, what it looks like to finally heal. It doesn't look like the Hollywood, you know, and then the montage, you know, like how in movies, it's like always the montage, and there's like always a peppy tune in the background. And it's like, And no, like the work looks much different. I feel like this person's going to show you that. They're going to show you sitting for the Gita 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day. They're going to show you, pushing on the floors. That's what real progress looks like. It looks sweaty. It looks like your hair in your face. It looks like sad, but this is a successful person in the way that you want to be successful kind of a thing. And I feel like you're going to connect with something in this person. And it's because they're going to let you see them, and they're going to let you hold them or their story. They're going to trust you with something, maybe something that they know that they could get judged for. But it's like a confessional almost, but I feel like this person's already confessed this and they've already kind of like worked it out. I almost feel like it's this person's mission because they've taken the sting out of it and they've accepted themselves. They've just accepted their past. Like, I can't do anything about it. This is who I was in the past. And I'm just determined. Like we say to each other here, like, we're not going back. Like we all sing that to each other in the chat. We're not going back. Like we're moving forward. Like this person is like that within themselves. Yeah, the truth. Connect with it. This is a person. For some of you, I just heard this could be like an AA sponsor or something like that. But it's like they're showing you the power of connecting with the truth and not being afraid of it. And not like, yeah, I did that. Like admitting that to yourself at the very least. There's certain people that, you don't want to necessarily, and the truth sets you free, but it's like, I'm seeing the cutting energy of the truth. And I'm hearing like, you don't need anybody else. Like with the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, this doesn't need to be a teamwork thing. So I think for some of you, yeah, it's like, maybe you feel like you need to reach out to somebody for their forgiveness, or that you need somebody else to depend on or to give you their stamp of approval. But this person works alone, like with the Hermit, or like they've gone a really long distance. And this feels deep. Like this feels, they've gone a long distance, like inside of themselves, like alone, and they found like their inner light. And actually, I think you see something in this person and you're going to reflect back like to this person, something that it's like this little light turned on and they're the last person to know. Cause they're like, I'm my little turtle and I'm in my turtle shell. And you're like, what are you talking about? You got this cool light on the top of you. And this person's like, huh? But yeah, they did. I'm hearing they weren't even meaning to, like, cause this is like, so my husband and I used to work at Omega, the Institute for Holistic Studies. There's different workshops there. The first workshop every season is the veterans. And that is everyone's favorite workshop because the people who go there, they're the kindest, sweetest people. They spend a lot of their workshop in silence, and they do seva, where they come into all the different departments and help us. And they just quietly, they'll mop the floors or whatever. I don't know what that is, like a part of their program, but it's a part of their healing, and it's a part of like their self-forgiveness and something like that. But they are just the genuine, kindest, sweetest people, and they have this like brightness in their eyes, and like, I don't know, it's so okay. And that's the other thing. Now, no offense to anybody who does this, okay? I'm just spilling the tea, okay? I'm just spilling the tea about what goes on behind the scenes at the staff quarters, okay? But following the veterans is this group called Jiva Mukti, and they're very, very well off. And they're yogis, the people that go there, they come in with their diamond earrings and stuff right after the veterans. It's a super weird experience. So you may actually have an experience like that where like this person kind of shows you that hermit style of like, you can do this without the diamonds. You can do this without the money, because the Jiva Muktis also are very spiritual as well. Like a lot of them are, they're living it as well, but it costs a lot to do those classes and things like that. So it's like showing you 2 different paths. And I think with this, so maybe for some, you thought that it was going to cost you a lot of money, or maybe you've only ever found workshops that cost you a lot of money, but this person shows you how you can do it. And like, it doesn't, I just heard my love don't cost a thing. That's like with the divine. Aubrey, thank you so much for the super chat. Happiest 2025. Jess and her Alex, thank you for all you do for us. Oh, you're welcome. Yes. So I'd love to spend 6 months in an ashram, and you will, I just heard. So why don't you? Like, maybe you will. But yeah, I feel, yeah, like this is a really great person, and they've really been through a lot. And I think that, I'm getting like the healing energy of the venom, and maybe they help to heal some kind of passion energy in you, or settle it down, or point it in a different direction than it's used to going in. And it connects, it's like connecting with your healing, or something that you didn't know you needed is what something that you didn't know that you needed or even wanted. I feel like they're going to connect that with you, but it's because of this judgment energy. Because I keep seeing somebody with a broom and just like getting down here and like all this like debris, just like sweeping it and like swishing it up. So I wonder who this person's going to be. This person really supports your independence. So, I don't know, like they do fine on their own, whoever this is. They're very structured, they're very stable. This is a solitary person that I feel like you might meet this person in a community or something. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not around other people. But yeah, because there's a lover's energy here. But this person has real relationships because they're fine. They don't come needy to a relationship. They're going to really help you. They're going to help heal your anxiety by connecting with the truth. So I'm getting there's a connection here where you don't realize that the reason you feel so anxious is because of this judgment energy or something. And that's what they're good at. So they're going to suck all that energy out. Well, they're not going to do it, but they're just going to show you how you can do it. It's the truth. This person has some kind of truth. It's interesting because there's something noble about this person, but it's not noble from like the King of Pentacles side of things, you know? And I feel this person is very seasoned, and they're also very honest. Like they've been through the nitty gritty. This person's been through it. Okay. I'm kind of picturing a shark that has like a lot of fishhook scars where you're like, how many boats have you wrangled yourself away from? You know, like this person's been through it. And they're an honest soul is what I'm getting. And they're going to unblock something. And something that you thought was a dead end no longer is. And they're going to help you maybe make a decision for yourself. But like really stick the landing on it. But I think what they're mostly going to do is they're just going to pump you full of like confidence of like, make your own decisions. You know? Then just be done with it. You know? Like, just, I don't know. It's something like that. It's like, just make a decision. And I think it has to do with like, you are alone. Like, you are allowed to make your own decisions. Something here like that. I keep getting that truth energy. Okay, let's see. Anything else coming out for this person? I love this energy so much. Unfinished business. It's not over. Patterns, back and forth, and baggage and fear. There is something here that's going on in your mind. It has to do with fear and it has to do with anxiety. I'm hearing like a nervousness or like a neuroticism or something, like, and that's a psychological term, and I don't exactly like know the technical definition of it, but you could potentially look it up. But there's like this neuroticism and you don't know where it comes from, and it comes from some kind of unfinished business with this venomous energy. And maybe you went through an experience like this where you felt like some kind of venomous energy was like swallowing your world. Roll the dice. Yeah, this person's going to encourage you to take like a healthy risk. Take a leap of faith. They could even help you come up with a plan, or just to trust yourself to come up with the plan and then just like enact the plan. New love, and it's going to lead you to new love. But it's like also connecting with your intuition. This is beautiful energy. I really like this person. I respect them a lot. You could be afraid of this person, that maybe they are a toxic relationship or that they're leading you towards a toxic relationship, because there's something about this person that is gruff. They're not polished, but the polished that you've been following is a lie. The polished energy, I'm hearing an NF song. It's like, this is not just for the people who sit in the pews and pray at the churches. Nah. Like, this is real nitty gritty life shit. This is a person who's like, can we talk real for a second? Huh? Would it bother you terribly if I spoke to you like a human being? You know, it's like that. Like, I'm not trying to polish it. Please don't expect me to. You know, this person is very respectful of your energy in the sense that they don't chastise you. They treat you like you're a person who's lived some life and that you can speak about that, you know? But this person's just very matter of fact, and they call it like it is. And that is their way of protecting themselves, and it's their way of protecting others. And I feel you're called to see that in this person and embody it more yourself. Something here like that. Social media, spying, online dating, reminiscing, networking, healing. Wounds, improving, mending, progress. Ghosted, disappear, silence, ignored, rejected. So maybe some of you are healing from being ghosted. And you're entering grace. I'm hearing like you're entering some kind of surrender, and it's reconciling you with yourself. But I'm hearing like reconcile it then, like just reconcile it. But what if you never got answers from this other person? What if you, like, are you going to reconcile that within yourself kind of thing? Legal matters, justice, divorce, balance, and judgment. There's that judgment energy. This came out in a reading that I channeled a while ago, and I don't think it's come up on the channel yet, but it's a karma yogi. This person's like maybe a karma yogi that understands how to deal with like your own karma, you know, right and proper action. And it's going to lead you to your soulmate. This person is a soulmate, by the way. But this person's not like social media ready. Do you know what I mean? Like this person's not like, I have to be perfectly polished and 100, like this person's like just going to tell you how it is. Storm warning, upheaval, obstacle, wrecking ball, and drama. And they're also going to just call it like it is when it, yeah. They're going to call out like odd behavior. They're going to potentially notice it in you. This also reminds me of like Gestalt therapy. So maybe some of you are going to go to therapy and this person may employ some kind of Gestalt techniques, because Gestalt is like your mouth will be saying one thing, but Gestalt therapists will like watch your body. Like if you're tapping your foot or if you're, and they're going to call out that odd behavior and they're going to make you reconcile it. And they're going to say, so, but why you're saying this with your mouth and with your mind? It's so easy to fool the mind. It's so easy because the mind only likes certain parts of itself. So it keeps those conscious and then it buries everything else. The body is harder to trick and the behavior is harder to trick. So this is a person that's just going to say, okay, well, if that's the way you truly feel, why are you tapping your foot? What's the foot tapping? It's the neuroticism is what I'm getting. The anxiety. Okay, so maybe we haven't corrected some kind of anxiety. Okay, so, and then just unraveling like whatever. But this person is not going to let you run from yourself, basically. And this is such a boon. This is such a boon. And they're the real deal is what I'm getting. And they really don't want anything in return because helping you is helping them. And, there's something anti-Libra about this person. And they're going to point out where it's like, this is your life is not a democracy. It's your choice to make. Don't go back and forth with it. Make a decision. Like this person is very, there's something anti-Libran and they're going to help you get around like your blockages or like own that. And this person does this as well, where they've done this where they're like, I didn't make a mistake. I made a decision. In the past. Okay, so this comes up in the readings a lot, and my husband and I were talking about this, and we were talking about that whole concept of like, no, you didn't make a mistake, you made a decision. And we were talking about like people do that, including, us, like, well, I don't know. I feel like we try not to do this kind of thing, but you can understand why people do it. It's kind of natural, right? So somebody that knows better at a certain intersection, they know that that's going to hurt somebody. They know that they shouldn't be doing it, but they make a decision to do it anyway because they think that they can get out of it. They think they can weasel their way out of it by saying that they made a mistake. And so they add insult to injury because not only did they decide to harm somebody or to try to get away with something, but then when they get called out in the way that they deserve, because they've harmed somebody here and somebody deserves to call that person out, then they say, oh, well, I just made a mistake. And they say that in order to deaden the blow of the almighty ass whooping that they should get, probably verbally speaking, of like, no, you did this and you did this on purpose. You cheated on me and you cheated on me on purpose and you knew that I was not going to be happy and that you broke my heart and our family and this and that. No, you didn't make a mistake. You made a decision because if you're over the age of 10, you know that cheating's wrong, and so there's that kind of energy here, but this person doesn't do that with themselves. They are saying this is the person who will say, I made this decision in my past. I made this decision. It led to this consequence. This person has that adult level conversation. They're not like trying to assuage their own ego by saying, oh, I made this mistake. They're like, I'm not a stupid person. I knew what I was doing. I made a decision because I wanted a certain outcome and it blew up in my face and it hurt people. This is this person. That's what I'm saying. It's very healing to be around a person like that who's adult and like mature. And so I feel like they're going to do this for you. By either holding you accountable and saying, no, you didn't. I'm also seeing that scene in Hitch where like that a-hole guy is trying to hire Hitch. And he's like, so I was out at the lingerie store buying underwear for my mom. And he's like, and by that you mean you were buying underwear for another woman? And he's like, you caught me. That's who this person is. They're like, don't lie to me. Don't lie to me and don't lie to yourself. Because you're not winning anything. You're just pushing the food around on your plate. If we're going to have a conversation, let's have the conversation. Okay, but you got to be able to meet this person on an adult level. And if you can, then this is like karma yogi stuff. You're going to clear a lot of your karma with yourself and with other people because you're no longer setting up like the mental traps in your mind. So it could be with you that they're doing this where they're like, okay, so is this a lie that you've been telling yourself? It's paper thin. It's paper thin. You didn't make a mistake. You're not an innocent little Bambi person. You know what you were doing. Okay, so let's talk from that perspective and then we'll see if it changes. Because I'm hearing anxiety comes from acting like you don't have a choice or that you don't have control over your behaviors. So if you're constantly saying like, I couldn't control this or I couldn't control that, you just feel not in control. When you're actually in control of a lot more than your brain is allowing you to accept that you're in control over. Or this is a person who's going to call out that behavior in other people around you. like that boyfriend that you always go back to, this person's going to tell you he didn't make a mistake. Do you think he has the mental capacity of a 10-year-old? He didn't make a mistake. He made a decision. He put himself in the position to make that decision as well. That's accountability energy. This person's doing that because they've done that with themselves. And you could call this person out and be like, well, you're not a perfect person. And they'd be like, I know. I made more mistakes than most, is what I'm hearing. The difference is that I face those mistakes and that I don't add insult to injury by acting stupid or acting like I'm not in control of my issues, you know? Yeah, and this person still hasn't forgiven themselves for like a big thing or something here. Like they still haven't, but they're working on it, you know? And for some of you, it's like there's a person in your life that you just wish that they cared that they hurt you. You just wish that they cared enough to repent, to cry in front of you. And this person might be going through something like that, and they may well repent or they may well cry in their like own situation. And again, that's going to bring some level of healing to you as well. For some of you, I think you're going to be this. Like for some of you, I think you're called upon. Some of you have asked God, I just heard Jesus in particular, how you can make amends for something and like for your own seva or for your own something that you can give. So you might be called upon to be this way with another person where you're just very transparent. I'm not asking you to be stupid. I feel like you'll know it. I just heard, you know, the line when you kind of come up to it kind of thing. To just tell the truth about something. Like God might bring somebody to you where you're just meant to tell okay, so you might be this person for somebody who's coming towards you. It might be somebody that's meant to receive a truth that you have already figured out and that you've embodied. Nikki, thank you so much for the super chat. You the best. Rachel May, thank you so much. Thank you for all you do. Here's to healthy and happy 2025. Thank you. Yeah, so for some of you, this could be more than one person, but there's certain people that are coming in and you might just not trauma dump on them or anything, but like I just think that you're going to be very honest, and I think you might be the person to be like, no, that's not what went on there. Like clearly, you might just poke a hole through somebody's like very paper thin lie. Wow, thank you guys so much for the super chats. Tasha, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your insight. P.S. I love your candles. The hedge witch is my fave. Yay! I love the hedge witch too. Yeah, so for some of you, this is something that you're going to be asked to help turn somebody's venom. You're not doing this. Don't get sucked into like the rescuer, victim, persecutor thing, but just simply by like being yourself and like, you know, I think some of you, what you've overcome too, it's like not just keeping quiet or being like going along with someone else's version of events just to keep the peace. I don't think that you'd ever be an asshole, but I think that you have actually discovered a very tactful way to like push back or say like, do you really think that he was at the lingerie store buying underwear for his mom? Is that what you think? Okay. I don't know that sounds plausible to me, you know, something like that. Like, you know how to say what you want to say and just gently push back on something. And it might help to release. Yeah. And to help somebody realize that they're not in a fair and equitable situation, that somebody's not actually considerate of them, and that something is actually their decision, whether they want to, they're not helpless at the whim of this relationship. They don't have to participate in this relationship because they have so much history together or because they have this they do have a choice. Even if they choose to stay, empowering them with the knowledge that they do still have a choice. And if you decide to stay today, if tomorrow you wake up and decide that you're going to leave, you still can make that choice at any time. You are in the driver's seat kind of thing. Yeah, okay, so the judgment energy, I feel like, is that transformation where maybe you're meeting somebody like this and also you're going to be asked to pass it on, you know, to like pass it forward kind of a thing. Yeah, it could be a topic that you know a lot about, or like that somebody doesn't realize you have this experience because, and I also think this is going to mirror back to you that you've healed, that you have this like more elevated perspective. I think for a lot of you, if you flip the energies, or it goes both ways, where you're going to meet a person like this, but you're also this person like this. Yeah. Something, I just heard upside down world. So like there's something here that it's like going to seem one way, but it's actually another way in a very positive way. So anything else? Okay, I'm really getting, for some of you, you are this person and somebody who has this anxiety and like they don't know where it's coming from, but it comes from them not putting themselves in the driver's seat of their own life, taking ownership of their own choices. And part of that comes from owning your own mistakes and saying, I didn't make a mistake. I wasn't duped. I made a decision. And when you can own the fact that you made a decision, now all of a sudden you can debrief with yourself so that you can figure out why you did that. And now it makes you feel more in control of your life, getting rid, maybe not entirely of the anxiety, but that's kind of chipping away at the anxiety. And I saw on Patrick Teahan's page, because you guys know that I like him, he's a therapist here on YouTube, and he put a thing on his community board that said things that masquerade as anxiety, and like listed a whole list of, like issues with your parents or like this. You think that you have just general anxiety, and maybe you do, but like, let's pick back at that. And I feel like there's a loss of control or feeling out of control in one way or another. And this person's going to help you clear that up. But also, I think you're going to be asked to also do this. So take it however it resonates. And again, you're not to do it for them, because this is not a teamwork activity. And I think that you're meant to say to this person, like, you do it. No, you do it. It's your life. It's your decisions. It's your karmas. It's your spiritual journey. And isn't that exciting? Like, take the reins of it. And I'm hearing Fear of Freedom by Eric Fromm, which you might want to read. It's a good book. I read part of it for an assignment. Maybe I should read it. But he talks about how we're afraid of our own freedom because it puts us firmly in the driver's seat. And when you acknowledge that you're free, which nobody's ever like 100% free. We all have forces that kind of like push upon us, But when you embrace your freedom more and more, it's scary for people a lot of times because you have to admit like you're in the driver's seat. Okay, so for some of you, I just heard like you're drawn to powerful men or like powerful people because they're the ones in the driver's seat. They're in control of their life. They're making decisions. They feel competent and entitled to make a decision over there. Just matter of fact, like we're going right, we're going left. And like, if you're going to do that, it's like, why can't I do that? It's just because you don't let up in your mind, because you're thinking through all of your decisions and how many people did that hurt? And, it's learning how to be in that driver's seat, which I think is having your own value system, focusing on your values as much as you can, but just trusting yourself to make those decisions and then to take ownership of the consequences, and just getting comfortable with that dance, that back and forth really empowers you. And I think it will lessen some kind of anxiety here over time. I'm not a therapist and I'm not saying that that's a magical cure or anything, but I think that might be part of it. So anyways, that is, there's an anxiety energy that's coming towards you. But it's this pass it on. So there's this energy, but also like, and for some of you, you may witness this person in conversation with this other person that like has anxiety. And like I said, I don't know who this person's going to be in your life, this like really inspiring person, because for some of you, I think this is your lover's energy, but you might not even realize that this person like wants a relationship because they just might be a very solitary creature. Or just maybe, I don't know, maybe you think that they want to be on the road alone. And for some of you, this is you where you like think that you want to be on the road alone, but then like you're going to meet this person, you're going to be like, oh shit. But yeah. And of course, like it's just there, if you want, but there is a lot of passion energy here. Especially when they open up about something from their past. Yeah. I feel like this person's probably really good at gray rocking and they're probably just slow to open up. But yeah, this is a great person. And for some of you, this is just going to be a friend, or this is going to be a teacher, or maybe a professional that you work with or something. But I'm kind of getting this person like dusting off your wings, and I'm kind of getting this is you. Like at the end of it all, it's like, that's you in this energy. And then I'm seeing somebody else, this like anxious person looking up at you like, what's that? So it's like when people find their power, I think it can make other people scared of them because they haven't found their own yet. So whoever's coming towards you, they might actually be afraid of you, but they're not really afraid of you. They haven't found themselves yet, but you're there to help them. The Bayou, thank you so much for the super chat. I had this conversation with them last night. Interesting. Yeah. Have been lurking and watching silently for a few months, but felt inspired to join the chat today. Welcome. Yeah, okay, this is so good, pile number 2. I'm just so excited for you. And definitely if you are like called on a spiritual path, so some of you like really actually want to pursue a spiritual path, like in some kind of dead ass way, or at least for a while, maybe do your own eat, pray, love. Or maybe you do, somebody was just saying like, I would love to go to an ashram for 6 months. There's definitely... like you might seriously do that, even if it's not something that you do forever. Like, it seriously might be something that you do, and you could meet this person, or you could meet this person and they've already been to a place. Like, you might manifest this person in and they're like, oh, that's interesting because I just came from this ashram and I actually know some people, and it's going to make you feel comfortable. And you're like, well, could we go up there together and maybe you can show me around and introduce me to some people so I can see if I like it and so I can feel more comfortable. And this person will be like, yeah, sure, I'll take you. Like, you might be manifesting this person in who has already done some of the things that you want to do and might have connects or information or something like that. So it could come in before, or some of you are going to, if you want on to go on a spiritual path, this is like great for that. I feel like this is, I just heard when the student's ready, the teacher appears. So for some of you, this is some kind of like teacher. They don't think of themselves as a teacher. This is like, we're all teachers and we're all students, you know? And like, that's what's going on here is like, this person has been through a certain journey and they have what you need right now to encourage you towards the next step, you know, or something that you need to embrace and that you will need in order to go to the next step, you know? I really love the spiritual path. Yes. So, and you know, it's okay. Okay. So they're also saying like, cause last time in the general messages, they were like, okay, there's this ambivalence with the spiritual path, which is totally normal, by the way. And, there's not a judgment when it comes to that, because it's really hard to like shift and like fully embrace a spiritual path, whatever that even means, you know? And some of you are wanting, this is a part of your exploration of like, might I be interested in that, you know, kind of a thing. So if you're ready to be a Jess, then the Alex will show up. Reminds me of their meeting story. Yeah. And you might have that as well. Like if this, it really could be like a lover person that you're not expecting. So, cool. What did I do with this? All right. That was beautiful. That was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. Yay, pile 2. Okay. So if you're just joining us, we just finished pile number 2, which is the venom, and we're getting ready to go to pile 3, which is the healer. I'm going to put a little lip gloss on. Lip gloss on. The energy is like, what if they drunk dialed you reading? Interesting. Like the truth serum kind of stuff. All right, so we're going to pile number 3, which is the healer. Okay. So for pile number 3, compassion. I love this energy. That energy just gave me like a boost of energy as well. So if you are still here and you were listening to pile number 2, I feel like that person may unclog your pipes is what I'm getting, like have a burst of energy, something here like that. Okay. Who is coming towards pile number 3? Interesting. Who is coming towards pile number 3? Ooh, the Hierophant. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so pile number 3 is the healer. And I do feel like there's strong healer energy because when I was shuffling through this deck, habits kept coming out. It started on the bottom, it ended on the bottom. Habits. I don't know if we will ever change. But there was damage and there was forgiveness. And so I do feel like there's some kind of healer energy that's helping you or helping somebody here. And it's with this like Hierophant energy as well. Damage. Somebody that can help guide, somebody that can help heal, somebody that sees from a higher perspective. Okay, so with the tower energy, right? A tower is something that gets built up long over time and it stands like above everything, right? So there's a considerable amount of energy. So I feel like there's some kind of tower energy that you've built up, whether it's in the mind, and everything starts in the mind, right? Because it's an idea before you bring it out into like the actual world. So there's some kind of tower energy that you've been feeding or like building, and it could have been on the wrong foundation, or there's something about it that was like, in the early stages of building this tower, there was something not right. It could have to do with a marriage. So for some of you, this could be like a marriage counselor or something like that. Or maybe it's an idea that you had about marriage. Maybe you had an experience early on, like in your dating life, or maybe you saw your parents' marriage and it gave you the wrong impression of something. Because I'm just getting the sense that something was off kilter early on, and then the tower was kind of like built around it. And so this person can see from this higher perspective that this tower, whatever it is, needs to fall. But I'm hearing like a controlled demolition. So this is somebody that is coming in for some kind of controlled demolition. And yeah, this person has kind of King of Wands energy. Which is that like kind of scorpionic energy. Okay, so for some of you, this, because Jesha and Anurata are counterparts in Scorpio, and Anurata is, they always get into troubled relationships, abusive relationships, and they don't know why is what I'm hearing. So maybe some of you, you've been in an abusive relationship, or you keep attracting. Okay, that's another thing from Eat, Pray, Love that she says when she's on the beach and somebody's like, oh, you should just have like a fling or a love affair or something. So they were like, I think you should go talk to him. He's like a really nice guy or whatever. So they go down to the beach and he just strips completely naked. And he's like, woo, love affairs are fun. And she starts laughing, not like to be rude, but she's like, it's just that I dated you 6 months ago, and I dated you a year and a half ago, and I dated you like, so somebody here could like, they don't know why they always like kind of date the same sort of person. Afrolyn, thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks, Jess and Alex. I'm astrologically Venomous Scorpio and Snake. Love that. Yes. So I feel like whoever this is, though, it's like this person is able to see this. Okay. They're able to see this. And this is like a healer energy. This is different, though, than the energy that was coming through in pile number 2. It could be that there's somebody angry, though, as well, coming towards you. Maybe you're afraid of somebody being angry with you, because there's another energy of that. Like, you could be afraid of an argument, and this person's going to help you overcome your fear of that argument. They're going to help you parse through your feelings so that you can, like, advocate for yourself, to see both sides of the story. This really comes across like a mediator of some kind. Or somebody that's like, well, let's look at their side. I kind of get the sense of them helping you behind the scenes. Like, like, let's look at their side, fully explore their side. Let's look at your side kind of thing. How we balance it out, like with this lover situation. And I don't know what I can show you on the YouTubes, but the lover's card is like down here, and you can see there's the split between the two of them, and there's that snake energy over there. And so it's like to overcome some kind of rift. There's somebody coming in to help you overcome some kind of rift. And possibly to heal some kind of passion energy and for some, it's like a volatility, an emotional volatility. You could be scared to confront this in another person. And for some of you, that's justified because there could be some like abusive dynamics. But for others of you, it's like, I think you know that you did something wrong and that somebody is just like angry, and it's probably a lot. Like, you're scared to confront it, but you want to learn how to confront it. And this person's going to like help you do that. This really is coming across like therapist, mediator kind of person. But then also there's this other person. They may come in with a mediator. I don't know how that's going to make you feel. I don't know. Because there's also like an argument energy. Let's just see. Who's coming towards pile number 3? Okay, there's more responsibility energy coming through. Okay, I just feel like this is somebody who is going to help you. Okay, I just looked up on my seltzer, and it's kind of gross because I have my lip gloss all over this, but I just saw it's like 0 sugar, 0 calories. So for some of you, there's some kind, this is like healer energy. They're helping you walk away from some kind of negative behavior or something. Again, to find your own power in the situation. This is different energy than pile number 2, though, because this more feels like a practitioner that's like they're an expert or something. And so they're like guiding you because it's their job, is kind of like what it feels like. And they're trying to reconnect you. They're trying to connect. Like, I think some of you could be starting therapy is what I think. Or like just your therapist is I don't know. But it's this Ace of Wands energy, some kind of like passionate new beginning. And for some of you, you want a passionate new beginning with a person that you feel like might be very angry with you. Or this person maybe is angry with you, is abusive for some, and they're trying to come to you and you're scared. And this person could be helping to help you work through your fears and help you get a restraining order, help you not get sucked back into the I feel like for some of you, you're in an abusive relationship, just like that Anurata energy. And you always find the strength to pull yourself back out. But then like maybe you always believe this person whenever they say that they're going to change, but then they never change. So, and you feel weak to this at this point because maybe it's a relationship you've been in for a long time or a pattern you've been in. And this person is very balanced. They're going to be so patient with you. And they are helping you to find your own balance in the situation. They're going to help you see things that you haven't been able to see. They're going to help you rest. This person may encourage you to rest and to connect with your joy and to find some kind of like a healthy, like happy habit. Who's coming towards pile number 3? Okay. Well, maybe somebody from your past, but you're going to have a different result because of like what you've been doing with whoever this authority is. Because we got the sun and the world here. So I feel like you're closing out some kind of cycle. And then I'm noticing this yin yang because in the 6 of Pentacles in this deck, she has that yin yang symbol above her head. And now you've got it here, like in front of your chest. It's kind of reminding me of I'm hearing fake it till you make it. So, and I'm seeing the 4 of Pentacles because, you know, he usually has like a big block on his crown, a big block in front of his heart, but I'm seeing that actually turn into the yin yang symbol. So like you're blocking off your heart in some kind of way to protect it, but that it's the Emperor wannabe card for me. So it's like you're faking it till you make it with a new structure or something here like that. And it's helping you break through from some kind of negative cycle and being able to say no to like an energy from your past. I just looked up and saw 11:11 on the clock, if that means anything to anybody. But also, like I said, they're going to encourage you to reconnect with your joy and your passion and some kind of like experience. And I saw the Fool card. So you could just you could have a lot of acquaintance energy, but it's singing your heart back to life because you might not even want to be in something like super serious, but it's like you just go to like a festival or something and you're just dancing in like the mosh pit with a lot of people and smiling and making connections. And maybe you spend, you know, an hour like with this group, but then you trail off with another group or something. It feels like that kind of energy, just getting back out there, falling in love with life again, falling in love with yourself again, trusting yourself, having new experiences. It feels like friend energy. It feels like kind of being in a safe environment, but like taking certain like risks. It feels like finding your balance. This is really positive energy. Yes. Okay. I feel like you have friends coming in here too. I'm kind of not getting at the beginning of the year. I'm sort of getting like summertime, you know. I just heard April showers bring May flowers, but yeah, I feel you're leaving some kind of toxic relationship and you're finding friends is what I'm getting. You could be reconnecting with friends from your past and having like a good old time. But this is like kind of the summer, mid-year is what I'm getting. And I think that you're meeting this healer energy for the first part of the year that's helping you realize the patterns, that's helping you realize the damage that's caused. For some of you, you are the perpetrator of this damage because maybe you have like a volatile temper or you lashed out or you know, and you want to make amends with somebody here. And this healer is helping you to see things from their side and possibly mediate the situation. But this feels very much like first within you. But if you're on the receiving end of this, I feel like you're getting away from this negative energy and you're connecting with like friends. It's friend energies and it's lighthearted. Okay, who else is coming? Heather, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy New Year. Happy B-Day, Caps. All right. Who else is coming towards pile 3? Yeah, it's not so much a person, it's this healer energy, but there's a new perspective and you're cutting free from some kind of major cycle. And it is going to be a process. And I'm hearing be patient with yourself. This person will be patient with you as well. They're not going to make you feel bad. I just heard if you relapse or if you have been making a lot of progress and then all of a sudden the doubt takes over again, this person's not going to make you feel bad. You're going to see something completely differently. You're going to see something completely differently. Ego. I let my pride get in the way of our connection. You're going to see something completely differently. So, and I just saw the competition card as well. So there could be a push-pull inside of you. Yeah, and I don't know, for some of you, this could be a person from your past that let their pride get in the way of your connection, that maybe introduced competition into your connection, that was push-pulled in like two different directions. Maybe they have a temper. Maybe they were angry with you. Maybe they were not nice to you. And this person could come barreling back into your life, maybe. I don't know that they would come barreling back in if they've done their healing. Spirit just said yes. I don't know that they'll come barreling. That's something for you to clock. Like, they're not going to come just barreling back in if they've done their healing. They may just tell you how much they've changed. I don't know that this person even wants anything from you or needs anything. Like, they're fully respectful of you and like your independence, but they might just come back. It might actually heal your heart to hear this from this person, that they've moved on and that they're taking it slow. I just heard, but they're building something. They're working on something every single day. Like, if this person did have a problem with violence or something in the past and they are telling you like, no, I've been going to therapy for a year. And I really think that this person might just come back to say sorry or something like that. I think they do love you and I think that they want something with you, but I think they also know that like you need to live your lives separately for whatever reason, and they're content, or they've accepted that they do need some time alone and they do need to work on themselves. And I think this person's working on their career, and I think that they're going to get somewhere with it. It's Knight of Pentacles energy, but they are going to get somewhere with it. Somebody here is just having this reckoning where they're realizing something here needs to change, the way that they need to live their life. And I feel like this could potentially be you. There's a healer. So if this is you, if you have like an addiction, or if you have been in a negative relationship, I just feel like there's a healer waiting to meet you. Like and I'm not telling you not to do due diligence, because not all therapists are created equal and things like that. But yeah, for some of you, you're going to be leaving a group that actually it makes you nervous. You're going to be, for some of you, more spirituality for this. Like, you are going to possibly you could go on a backpacking trip. You could go on a camping trip. You could be spending a lot of time out in the mountains. You could take a trip to an ashram. You could actually go somewhere alone to connect with maybe Shiva, maybe your intuition, maybe like to do some meditating. And you're going to have some kind of quick turnaround is what I'm getting. And it's like you have a plan, but you don't have a total plan. And you're just really on fire is what I'm getting. And I feel like you're looking juicy this year. You're looking juicy, like a peach. And you're balancing and you're healing. Okay, I just heard you will keep your mindset on this, and you will attract everybody you need in order to bring that about. And I feel like that's a healer, but that's also friends. And that's also the little helpers that you meet on the way. And you're attracting a lot of people to you this year, and it's a part of like a healing journey. And not all of them are meant to stay in your life. Not all of them are you even going to know their name or get their phone number. Like I said, you might just be passing through and make a connection here or there. There's a sense of you leaving behind a toxic friend group as well. If they've kept you in abusive relationship dynamics, if they feed some kind of negative energy here. But it's because you're seeing things from other people's perspectives. I'm getting, for some of you, there may be a friend group or a friend that might egg you on to do things that are sabotaging and self-destructive. And you thought that this person was like meaning well, but when you look at it from their perspective, like this therapist or this healer is going to say, look at it from their perspective. You're going to realize that they were just messing with you, or that they were trying to sabotage you or something. That's for some of you. Look, Emperor, Empress. New beginning. Yeah, so there's some kind of passionate new beginning here. But I feel like there's got to be a clash or some kind of confrontation too. And I can't tell which side of it you're on. So if somebody always comes back to you with empty promises, and it was a karmic from your past, and it was always just a fantasy, like they always sold you some kind of fantasy or something, you're going to meet this energy with this Knight of Swords. You might be the one to start an argument and say, I'm done buying your lies. Okay. You never materialize. You never follow through. No, like this person is going to come back and you're going to be like, no. But if you were the one that's been very volatile, then I think you're trying to purify your karma and maybe have a reconciliation with somebody here from your past. And you want to tell them the truth. about you being in this kind of lack energy. Maybe some of you are having problems with your finances, or you were this emperor wannabe energy yourself, and so it made you this king of wands. You tried to come off suave, confident, like you had a lot of options or something, but you could have been a womanizer, or like if you're a man, or whatever the female version of that is, or you involved with a womanizer because you were, maybe because you feel like you didn't know your worth. And there's some kind of truth that wants to come out about that. But somebody's anxious to tell the truth about it. But I don't know which side of the equation you're on, but I feel like that's kind of an energy that wants to come back. And it might be a very healing information or very healing conversation. Someone might tell you how sad they were for some of you, if you left an abusive relationship dynamic, it sparked this person's healing journey. It made them probably angry, and they could have lashed out in some way, maybe sexually, maybe they just went all over the place with it, maybe they were trying to scheme or whatever. But I feel like it actually initiated this person's healing journey, like when you moved away from them. And they might come back to tell you that they literally, somebody might blow your mind, and they might literally say, I let my pride get in the way of our connection. They might literally say that to you. Missed opportunity. I didn't act when I should have. So somebody here is like very sad. Habits. I don't know if we will ever change. Damage. We are both hurting from this. Yeah, there's some kind of tumultuous relationship, but you're seeing it from both sides. I think that you're doing a lot of healing. You're cutting ties with it. You're coming to a lot of forgiveness of you and the other person. And I think there's this mediator energy where you might receive a message, or you might be able to have a conversation about this that's devoid of the anger energy and the violence energy if there's been violence. And somebody who's going to respect your decision as well, too. But there's also a lot of friends. I feel like this is a group that's making room. Like, because again, you might have gotten rid of a toxic friend group, but you're going to meet new friends. And you're going to meet this healer energy. So something here's like definitely shifting and moving in the right direction. Okay, anything else? There could be a devilish energy that tries to proposition you for some kind of teamwork. It could have to do with your job. They want to work together with something, but there's going to be a blockage that's put up. And that could be, from a lover's energy. That's putting the kibosh on this. And a Queen of Pentacles and the High Priestess. Okay, literally that might be tarot readers online that's just going to let you know, like when this energy is trying to come through. And I feel like, again, they're trying to heal this anxiety so that you don't have to be so afraid all the time. They're just going to blow the lid on certain things here. For some of you, that's a big part of like what tarot and like the tarot community is about, is just giving you a heads up so that you feel like you can live your life more freely. And you don't have to be worried about these energies trying to come back. Somebody here could be harboring resentment that, okay, because remember that tower energy that we started this off with, that something's been built up here, and it could be in the mind. Cheryl, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, Jess, for all your lessons. I still read the litany of fear when worried. Thank you, Alex. Happy 2025. Oh, good. Yeah, so that tower energy. So for some of you, you may actually like have uprooted this tower, and it might have pissed somebody off. And I can't tell the timeline of this because remember I said like somebody was lashing out. So maybe that's the first half of the year, but somebody's going to realize that they were wrong. And that is actually a healing crisis. But they're extremely unconscious. I'm not making an excuse for them. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing is that they're just extremely unconscious. So they're like lashing out and they have no self-awareness. And so, but that is actually initiating their own healing journey. And I feel like you're very protected by spirit and your own hermit energy. Oh, okay. So then you might be the pile number 2 person where you're becoming that hermit energy. Yeah. And there's some kind of quick results. I am seeing a romance here as well. Tell me more about this romance. Oh, 7 of Wands and the Magician. Just be careful that somebody's not trying to break your heart on purpose as like a revenge plot. Yeah, somebody's trying to blame you for something that's not your fault. Why did this come through in the romance? Look, the 3 of Swords. So there could be some kind of strategy here. You know, So Spirit, what do you want to say about this for the romance? Okay. Some kind of truth might come out. This could link back to pile number 1 of the Ten of Swords. What does this have to do with this healing energy? You will have quick results if you can deal with the truth. And you've got to see this other side of this person. Some of you are really reluctant to see like a shadow side of people. People in general. Heather, thank you so much for this super chat. I use my Google Play points to buy this tip. Thank you. I think some of you, maybe that's what you learned with this healer, is that you are maybe a very nice person and you didn't want to, I'm hearing you really didn't want to see this person's other side. Or like maybe they had like a whole other situation or something. I think this may show you what this person is actually capable of. And you didn't want to look at it or something. They're capable of, this is Sun in Gemini. So it could be that two-faced kind of energy. They could use your friends. That's what I'm saying, this nasty group of friends. But you're cutting these people out. So stay in your King of Swords energy. This is just a mild warning. I feel like you already know this. And you are drawing in this healer energy, this new group of friends. Just stay in your King of Swords energy. Be very protective of your boundaries. Yeah, block. I feel like if you have this is not the year. This is the year for healing. Making decisions, cutting people out. But it is just know this. The kinds of people that you're cutting out, it's going to be a tower for them. And that is for the highest and greatest good of all. But these people, that's going to initiate a healing crisis. But first, they're going to try to lash out. And some of these people are wily and they are very strategic. And they're going to try to break your heart. And they could try to weasel their way into your friend group or something. So if you're going to cut ties and block these people out and stay in that stance and don't fall for their like bullshit. Because there's another side to this person or there's another side to this group of people that you have not wanted to see and accept. That's what's causing you anxiety here. And I feel like you're going to work with this healer, whoever this healer is, like this therapist, or maybe this new friends group, Spirit. Yeah, because Spirit's trying to get your attention over here, that there's a new day, but you've got to leave the fantasy. This is a group that's fallen prey to some kind of fantasy with the castle energy. And that's also, okay, so another thing from Eat, Pray, Love, because she goes to that castle in Italy, I believe, and that's when she writes the letter that I shared over on Patreon, where she's like looking at the way that this tower has been burnt, pillaged, but built itself back up again. And she's like, maybe my life hasn't been so chaotic. Maybe it's just the world of it that is, and the only real trap is getting attached to any of it. So I think maybe you're forgiving yourself and you're saying like, the world is chaotic and I'm trying to learn how to like find my place here. But you feel anxious because I think that you've always been trying to hedge off these people's other side. Even though you won't look at it directly, you kind of know that you have to placate these people, or that you have to give in to these people, or something like that, to try to assuage their temper or to get them to not attack you in a certain way. I don't have a problem not attacking people. Healthy people don't have a problem not attacking people. We can disagree, right? And I can tell you what I think of you, but I don't lash out. I'm not strategizing to try and break somebody's heart or anything like that. This is maligned. So I feel like you've not wanted to see this other side. They're very argumentative and they want to rush in and have an argument with you. So be on your island and grieve and grow. And look, he's out of the castle now. Take your step, take your pocket money and go on your own little journey here. Yes. Spirit saying yes. And look, this is what's awaiting you. So I kind of feel for this group, you might have a bit of a choice here. To manifest either this healing energy in and this new group of friends and this healthy energy, or to go back and fall prey to the same old, because this is very Anurata, where you always get sucked in to the same pattern or you always get sucked into the same relationship. But Spirit is saying there is a happy future if you exit the dream, if you exit the fantasy, and if you finally acknowledge the other side to this person that you never want to admit. It's like, maybe some of you just thought like, okay, if I just love you enough, like you will put down the swords and you will stop being this other way. It's just not going to happen. They have to do their own shadow work. That is their shadow. It is a part of them. And you can't wish it away. You can't will it away. It's always going to rear its ugly head. And I feel like there's maybe a confrontation, but once you move away, you do have Spirit's protection. I'm not saying that these people they're on your heels. They want to like disrupt your strength energy. They want to try to bring all this chaos energy towards you. But You're the hermit. So some of you, this is you becoming the hermit from pile 2. Remember I said that person has been through some shit and this person is ashamed of maybe the things that they've been through and they haven't fully forgiven themselves. So this is you, like, I think becoming that person. And then I think, yeah, it's a secret. It's like, what are you going to manifest? Choose who you're going to be, you know, and what you're going to follow through with, because something here needs to change and you know that it needs to change. But I feel like maybe you've tried to put your foot down with this person before, but then you've always caved. And so nothing ever really changes. These people are trying to encircle you again. They're trying to tempt you back in to some kind of relationship. They're watching you grow and succeed without them. And that's making them very strategic. It's making them very afraid because they see you as their true love, but for some reason this person can't act right. And for some of you, this is like a family or a friend group here as well. And you are learning how to defend yourself. And you're learning how to give yourself space. And you're learning how to see the truth and how to see this from a different perspective. And for some reason, I think connecting with your own innocence, because your innocence can't come out around these people because they're just so bullish, you know? But connecting with your inner child and like expressing and being creative that's what's manifesting this like other new group and this other new day. But I would strongly suggest connecting with this healer energy. So it's like there's 2 paths here. There's the healer energy. There's cutting away from, there's looking, that's going to help you look at both sides here where you're going to understand that this is a negative cycle, you know? I think this is about your inner child this year and healing that. I feel like that there's some kind of childhood issue about feeling blamed for things that are not your fault and it replays in your relationship. Being blamed for endings. It's like all of the responsibility falls on you to make sure a relationship doesn't end. But these people can't act right though, which is half the ingredients of being in a relationship. Nobody should be asked to tolerate maltreatment in a relationship. That's just an abusive dynamic. So if these people would like to keep a relationship with you, then they need to act right. They need to know how to behave. And they don't. So you're not wrong for saying, ugh, no. And then these people are going to be like, so you're just going to like ruin the relationship. And you're like, you've been ruining our relationship for 10 years when you didn't know how to act. And I'm still not hearing you say words that you know how to act. And honestly, these are dangerous people. And there's like a long-term pattern here. There's a long-term pattern with it. So I just feel like this group needs to get away. And so who's coming towards you? It's either going to be the same old snakes from the past doing the same old song and dance, or it's going to be this healer energy and this festival energy, happy energy, new friend group energy. I feel like this group needs to throw out the trash. Yeah. Yes, this is exactly what I'm getting. Like you are at a crossroads. You got to make a decision. And I feel like you do need to be in your Queen of Swords energy because I think these people pull on your heartstrings. These are the kinds of people that take advantage of water energy, of like your loving nature, your compassionate nature. And that's where like this healer energy is saying, look at it from their side. Are they, because I feel like you're the type of person where you're like, am I being cooperative enough? Am I being giving enough? But look at it from their side. Are they asking themselves, like, am I being cooperative enough? Am I being giving enough? Or do they just take? Are they in their strategic energy? Because that's what it is. They're in their strategic energy. So you're just pouring into a bottomless pit instead of learning how to stand up for yourself, learning where to invest your energy and just saying like, this ain't it. And I think you're scared. I think if you're honest, like you are scared of what the repercussion is going to be from breaking away from these people. And I'm seeing that part in Spirited, you know, Ryan Reynolds' character, know how he's like a pain in the ass and they're taking him back through his past. And there's that guy that he worked for that built his company on like honesty and whatever. And so Ryan Reynolds' character walks in and he's like, look at this. And there's like this chaotic scene where this senator, he like destroyed her life with lies or whatever. And finally his boss is like, I have to fire you. This is immoral. And he's like, you have a non-compete clause. And he's like, but you're not going to enforce that clause because you're so afraid of what I could do with these tactics that are so beneath you. Like these people are beneath you. These people are low down. You know it. On some level, you do know it because you're afraid of them. And that's why you placate them. And you tell yourself it's love, but it's really fear. I'm going to say that again. You tell yourself it's love, but it's really fear. Because these people have convinced you that when they lash out at you and when they're strategic, you deserve it. Because they're just trying to keep the relationship together. So every knucklehead idea that comes through their brain is excused. They just have a blank check for shitty behavior. And you just have to keep taking it because they're putting the relationship back together. Never mind that these people don't know their ass from a hole in the ground when it comes to a relationship. They don't know what healthy behaviors are in a relationship. They just think that speaking to you, being in proximity with you is being in relationship. But relationship takes skill. It takes caring about another person. It takes, oh, is my energy hurting you? Let me back up a bit. These people don't do that for you. It's not an equal give and take dynamic. And you can see that now. And I think that you are able to see it at certain times in the cycle. But this to me is like the toxic relationship cycle where it's love bombing. So these people come back in, they want to love bomb you. And that could have been the energy for some of you that I was picking up on, where this person's going to say, I've been in therapy. I'm learning how to keep my hands to myself now, and it could be just a love bomb energy where things are okay for a while. And maybe that's when you drop out of therapy. Don't do that this year. Don't do it. It goes through the same cycle where you're like, see, we don't need therapy anymore because all of my problems are fixed. And you go right back into that castle, that fantasy energy. And then once they feel like they've got you and things are comfortable and solidified again, then they devalue you, then they discard you. And that's when things are all crazy and a mess again for you. And you're right back to square one. But I feel like you've been around with this person. And again, you can see who they really are at certain points. You know that they just lie to paint themselves in a certain light so that you'll come back and so that other people don't hold them accountable for their actions. Because if other people saw what this person was really doing or these people, they would be like, why don't you leave them alone? And that's what I feel like this healer energy is going to help you to see. And they're going to keep you honest about it. They're going to help you talk through your feelings. They're going to and the urge to go back. Well, he says he's changed. He says a lot, doesn't he? He says an awful lot, doesn't he? The doing is harder. And I feel like that's what you're learning about this person. So you're sitting at this precipice in this year, 2025. Who are you manifesting? It's one group or it's another group. It's a grab bag full of the hero's journey and all the helpful people that you're going to meet along the way that you need. I'm hearing you're fully supported. If you go into that direction, I'm not telling you not to have your head on your shoulders. I'm not telling you not to get a restraining order or to alert certain people or to have a plan or to get security cameras. I'm not telling you any of that. Do all of those things if that's what you feel like you need to do. But you are fully supported. As I think it is the Quran that says, trust in the Lord, but tie up your camel. Trust in the Lord, but tie up your loose ends, dye your eyes, cross your T's. But you are supported. This is a crossroads moment. You are supported in making this decision to cut away from these horrible, negative, nasty Nellies. And when you do, they will thank you for it, at least on a spiritual level, far into the future, because it's the crisis that they need. They need this tower moment. They need the acknowledgement that you can see the castles in the sand that somebody was saying here, the castles in the sand that they've been trying to build and they've been trying to solidify. And this is also sunken cost fallacy, because I feel like these people try to get you to buy into sunken cost of, well, I've spent 10 years with them. Well, the longer that you live in the same house with them, okay, well, we've built up all this equity together. Just stop building equity with them. Start building your own, Golden Girls with your friends. Why don't you all buy a house? Build equity with some sane, nice people. Yeah, somebody here, they could try to control you with money or stability. Somebody could be trying to hold that over your head. But look at you. You could be chilling if you want. And also, I think it's going to surprise you how little you actually do need. That I just heard I got good friends. I got good food in my belly. I got a room that I rent. I'm good. And nobody's I'm not in this position anymore. Because, okay, this is reminding me, I think it was Robin Williams, the quote that says, there's no lonelier position than to be around people that you don't like and you don't want to be around. Because being in whatever position you think is more advantageous, it's making you feel like this. But getting out and maybe having less, it makes you feel like this. This is a much better position to be in than this. Oh, look, you're confused. But than this. Because they keep you confused. And these people also like to confuse you with the options that you have. And they like to make you think that they're going to pull the rug at any... There's really a house, a home, a family, and money that somebody here is trying to hold over your head. And it confuses other people too. Because this person, I think when you start to say look, this is not a healthy situation, then this person's but I provide them a home and I provide them a this and I provide them a that. I brought a chicken for your table. And these people are they brought a chicken for their table. How bad could it really be? It's confusing. It's confusing you and it's confusing other people. The housing situation here, because it's this to me, I feel like whoever this is, it's fake charity. This person is like fake charitable with you, and they just are charitable in order to have control over you, or to feel like they have a say over your decisions, to guilt you into giving them more of a say over your sovereignty. This is a little power dance you're doing with this person, but it's supposed to be a secret. For some of you, they could even be doing spell work for some of these people. And maybe for some of you, this is going to a healer that's going to help you potentially break that spell work as well. Financial abuse. Yeah, there's like some kind of financial abuse. And every time that you start to move away, they act like they're fine with it. They act like they've accepted it, but they're like on your heels. And they are waiting for you to crash and burn and for you to run back to them again. And they could even send people towards you to like break your heart, or they could just make you think this is the kind of person that is like, oh, the world is going to chew you up and spit you out. But really, like, the most toxic people are like in your home for you, like, or in your circle or whatever. They just want you to fear other people. They could even try to like plant seeds in your mind about certain groups of people, like, oh, those people that we go to church with, because they don't want you to open up to those people. Oh, this reminds me of, I remember in like the Ruby Frankie case, and there was that woman that came out and talked about her own ABUSE when she was a child, and that Jody woman that had her in the church, and she would lie and spread lies in that community, so that if that child opened up to what was, going on, she wouldn't be believed, and she was painted in this kind of pitiful light, and people were told how to interact with her for her healing and things. Oh, okay. That's that negative healer energy. Yeah. So for some of you, you could have like a negative person around you. This is the kind of person, though, that's very, very cunning. Like that Jody Hildebrandt person, because she was a therapist, at least before she lost her license. And very cunning, but coming from the wrong place. Angry. They don't want you to like just judgment out of there. So if you have a therapist and this therapist is controlling, ew, then get away from this person. And you would already know. This person, oh my gosh, as I'm looking at this card, they just kind of went, because they think they're slick, this person. They don't think that they're going to get called out. I just want to remind you, because I studied psychology in school, and there's high numbers of cluster B people in the field of therapy. High numbers. That's why I'm saying therapy is great, but make sure that you get a good therapist. You get to fire your therapist, and some of you should be doing that. They shouldn't be sleeping with you. They shouldn't be hitting on you. They shouldn't be anything. They need to be professional. They are held to professional standards, and there are ethics guidelines. And like, I'm not a therapist, but I did take certain master's level courses, and I did take master's ethics, and they're pretty serious about it. Yeah. Yeah. So you're getting like a different perspective here on something. Yeah, ignore old messages for sure. I really truly feel like if this is your group, it feels like there's more than one person that has crept up, and they've crept up around you because of your good graces. And that sucks to finally kind of realize, like, I think my own good graces and my forgiving nature and my kindness have been taken advantage of. And these people feel like they don't have to treat me correctly. So it feels like it's more than one person. And it feels like for some, this group kind of knows each other. And so they all sort of have each other's backs. And I don't think this is necessarily planned out. I just think it's self-serving. Like, so everybody is just acting from their own self-serving behavior around you. And they just, so it's easier for them to be like, oh, you should just take that kind of negative behavior. Or, oh, like, I don't know. And for some, okay, so if this is like a negative therapist person, I think that they're trying to they're manipulating you into thinking you need to make a choice, possibly to leave a situation that is actually healthy for you. So you got to keep your eyes open. Just because somebody is an expert doesn't mean that they're always coming from the best place, Question them. Look at their perspective, Yes. And maybe take some time apart. If you don't trust your therapist, because I'm really, for a lot of you, I'm kind of getting that, then just take some time apart to get like a different perspective on this. Because, yeah, I don't know. I'm just feeling like you should be in the driver's seat here of like what decisions you feel like you want to make or not. So if they're trying to push a decision onto you that doesn't feel natural, you're like, no, I'm not there. Like, then you're not there. Yeah, they're also human and they are also dealing with their own experiences. They're not fallible, you know? Okay. This also could be a person that's put a blockage or an obstacle in your way and is like just waiting to see how you deal with it. And I think that they have something plotted out, like if you say this or if you say that. They know what they're going to say. There's a sneaky person around. So the first part of this message was like the very positive energy. The second is the very negative energy. And I'm just going to say it again. I feel like you've got a choice as to who is coming towards you in 2025. But I feel like you need to put your foot down and make certain decisions about the kind of energy that you have. But I feel like in order for you to know how to do that and where, it's like you got to start thinking about it from another person's perspective. You know, why are they behaving the way that they are? You know, like, does it make sense for them to be saying that? What do they have to gain about something? You know, are they okay with it if you make your own decision? And if you say, no, I don't want to do that, do they drop it and do they move it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, for some of you, you have this like fresh, if you make this decision, there's this like fresh energy that's coming in. Yeah. And now we flip back to the healthy energy, but I'm not going to dip back into that again. So again, there's a choice, pile 3. And this is kind of really unfortunate. This is not coming in because of karma, or it is because everything is karma in my book. But like, you're a really good person. Like, that's why this is happening to you. You're a really good person, and people just take advantage of that good nature and your willingness to like not ruffle feathers, and you want to be cooperative. And I just feel like very negative people have come in and they just learned that they don't have to treat you well, and that maybe you won't stand up for yourself or you won't stick the landing, whereas other people will. You know, other people will say, no, you're not, get out of here with that, you know? So it's not like you're being punished, you know, for anything. That's not why these people are around you. It's just that you have to learn how to, I'm hearing the word backbone. You have to learn how to have a backbone. You have to learn how to see. This is very Queen of Swords. I feel like you're learning how to just see, call it like it is. Call a spade, see something for exactly what it is. You didn't make a mistake. You made a decision. Because people pull the wool over your eyes because you really, really want to believe that, you know, this is a group. Okay, yes, people make mistakes. People are fallible. That's not the only energy there is in the world. People are also cunning sometimes. They have an agenda. They have something that they want to bring about. And you've got to be able to tell the difference between somebody. And you need that Queen of Swords. You got to look at somebody square. Are you a 30-year-old man that doesn't know that it's inappropriate to cheat on somebody? Okay, then maybe you did make a mistake. Also, maybe you don't have the maturity to be in a relationship. Or maybe you made a decision. So, you know, you've got to be able to just see these energies very clearly. Who's trying to hide behind the I made a whoopsie and they didn't. And they just forever step on your good graces and just know where to put your boundaries. That's what I feel like this group is like figuring out this year. Where are you going to put your boundaries? And just being able to stand up for yourself. And if you don't know how to stand up for yourself, okay. Also, I'm seeing in my mind, there's a video Dr. K wrote, and it's what he filmed it. And it's like why boundaries don't work. So for some of you might want to watch that as well, because there could be some elements of that. And I think it has to do with power dynamics and, you know, things like that. But I think for some of you, it is a boundaries thing. He's got good videos on how to like set and hold boundaries here as well. But that's what it's about. And it doesn't make you mean to hold a boundary. It makes them mean. It's also, this is what you're going to, so if you don't know like who is who, the way people deal with your boundaries says a lot about them as well. Because if you hold a boundary with a healthy person, generally speaking, they're going to be like, oh, I didn't know that I was, causing you an issue. And they are going to back off. And that's the last you're going to have a problem with them around that certain boundary. But if they keep pushing the boundary, that's good information for you to have. And I think some of you are just scared for even like setting a boundary. And that's because you are picking up on something in a person. You are. I think some of you are telling yourself like, well, I don't know. I don't know how they would respond. But the fact that you're scared around a certain person, I think you know more than you want to admit to yourself that you know. And you're scared of being right. And you're scared of the repercussion. You're scared of the lash. Because this person's been unreasonable with you before, is what I'm hearing. They've been unreasonable before. They've made you clean up their mess. They've made you feel, this person will treat you badly in the relationship and turn around and be like, oh, they ended the relationship. That's so bad. I would never end a relationship with my insert arbitrary label that they refuse to keep. a genuine side of the bargain, you know? So I think for some of you, you kind of get up to this precipice and it's just a matter of courage. That's what it really is. It's a matter of courage, and it's a matter of boundaries, and it's a matter of learning how to be street smart and like keep yourself safe while doing it. And I kind of get like, you could find a good therapist that can potentially help you do this, you know, that can help walk you through, even if you have to bring in law enforcement or have a restraining order. I don't know, maybe get you to a safe house for some of you. Like, I think that, I think it's enormous. I think for some of you, it's enormous to try to take that on. And that's more what's keeping you instead of the love and the cooperation. I think that's more like a self-defense. Like, okay, well, maybe they really did mean it. But it just means that you don't have to confront the enormity of like what's going on there. I just heard Normandy. So I don't know, like the beaches of Normandy. I don't know if that's like some kind of clue for somebody. But yeah. So there's just overall, there's a choice here for pile number 3. And I hope that if we're a part of this, again, because it's like the helpful little friends along the way. Remember I was saying the true healer energy, we're going to be patient with you. Like this is definitely a community. You'll see a lot of people are like, I'm moving on with this. And some people they don't hold space for other people to exist in this community. And there are people like that. And we do our best to block those people and to not give them a voice here. But for the most part, a lot of people potentially are that hermit energy in pile number 2. They do understand it. They've been through it themselves. And potentially we are a part of that as well. Like just being a part of that healing journey of like, you can do it. You can set a boundary, all of that. Even if you slide back and you're like, I think I'm going to go back to them. Like, you know, I like to think that we can hold space for you to have your experience, here as well. And there's people at varying stages of the journey. And for those of you that are further along, allow this to be a practice for you, not to just be like, well, we're all past that. No, we're not. And we can totally hold space for other people as they are also going through like that as well, you know, and offer up like the things that you know, and just those words of encouragement, here. Because they might not have people in their life that they can turn to like in their meat space life. So, okay, walking each other home. I want a male therapist. It's good to know those kinds of things, you know? My therapist was French and he was excellent as a therapist, but he turned out to be a not good human after I had to leave therapy. Well, I guess, you know, it sounds like he did help you. Hey, knucklehead. All right. So, oh, okay. Cool. All right. So that was pile number 3. All right. Compassion. Compassion. Let me just have a little drink and then we'll do our general messages. Therapists are humans too. Mm-hmm. My first therapist went to prison for stealing bicycles. That's interesting. Well, yeah, therapists are people too. But I did learn that statistic while I was in school studying psychology and studying the field of psychology. They said a lot of people that are, that have these kind of traits can be drawn to this field, you know? It's just something to be aware of. And I'm not saying like all therapists are bad, far from it. Like it's a small number of therapists, but it's something to be aware of. And I just bring it up because like people keep saying therapists are people too, which means they have their own neurospicy. They have their own issues that they're dealing with, like all of it, all of the above, but they also are trained professionals. And you should be able to notice if somebody is able to hold that baseline of like professionalism with you, or if it's something that's like, I'm hearing, you know, the line when you feel it, you know, the line when you kind of come up to it and just, you know, and you might come up to the line and you don't know. I'm not saying like run for the hills, like when you kind of come up to the line, because that can be a part of therapy, you know, where like they do kind of push a boundary, or because they can see something here, like a good therapist, a well-intentioned therapist, you know. So I'm not saying like, oh, just run for the hills, but I'm also saying if something is making you feel uncomfortable, then that's something to pay. You should feel comfortable in therapy. It's like what I'm trying to say. Dr. Romney said that too about the cluster B therapist. Yeah. Therapists are good mirrors. Don't make them a guru. Definitely don't make them a guru. And a good therapist is a good mirror, for sure. My therapist was learning from me too, and I felt like she was sucking my energy because I felt drained after the session. Yeah, I didn't like it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like there's all kinds of therapists, you know? All right. All right. Shall we go to the general message? All right, Spirit. What messages do you have for us? Just general messages, nothing to do with the topic. Or it can be, but just whatever you want to bring through, Spirit. Messages to the highest vibrational good of all. What messages want to come through? Release any attachment to timing. And then 6 months from now, it's coming for you. Divine timing is at play. Okay, so it said divine timing is at play around March. And then again, it said release any attachment to timing. There is some kind of timeline that's playing out here, but I do feel like there are certain kind of crossroads moments that are like manifestational moments or something. So Spirit is just calling your attention to within yourself, releasing the attachment to timing, but they're also saying there's some kind of, maybe it's a portal energy or something like around March, and then 6 months from now, something may like ramp up or something here like that, but it's give or take because it's like releasing the attachment to the timing. Okay, so what message do you want to bring me? These cards, Divine Time Oracle deck. All right, Spirit. Okay, so there's something coming to light. And because I saw the like sleep, the hypnos kind of energy, and then I saw Hecate, which is illuminating something, and then I saw the Bodhisattva Kuan Yin with compassion. So it could be a process that something here is coming to light, but something is being illuminated with that Hecate energy, and there's a process, or something is, maybe at those key times, something is being alerted here. Morgan Le Fay magic. This could have to do with magic, and this could have to do with guidance. Okay. So for some of you, again, you don't know if you can trust somebody here that's like giving you guidance, or you're going to somebody for guidance in order to figure out if you can trust. But this is a process. Give yourself time. It's an undoing. For some of you, there is a process here that there's somebody that's been brought into your life like only they can do with Garuda. And it's like a really difficult kind of process. So I don't know if this is you, like only you can do it yourself. And it's just going to take some time. And you don't know if you can trust this process or not. Because to me, Morgan Le Fay is such an interesting character in like the Arthurian legend, because in some tales she's a witch, you know, and she's the bad guy and you can't trust her, but in other ones she's like a saint. So to me, this is always kind of indicative of an energy where it's like there's a lot of talk or there's a lot of feeling about it because it's not well understood. She's a mage, she has these kind of like abilities, so can I trust her, can I not, like, you know, it's that kind. And maybe that's with you, maybe that's with a certain part of yourself, like your own magic maybe, and you don't know if you can trust yourself or if you can trust potentially a therapist or potentially some kind of guidance that you are getting. But it's a process. And release attachment to timing. I just heard it would be a mistake to say like the time is always kind of like in flux. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And I feel for some of you, this has to do with self-esteem. This has to do with like trusting yourself in some way. Okay. So tarot. For some of you, it's like you don't know if you can trust the guidance that you're receiving or something, or you don't know if you can trust your own magic. For some of you, like you have some kind of like gifts or something here. But all of this comes down to like trusting yourself and having some kind of self-esteem. And I feel like Spirit is trying to like kind of coax you out of the cave, you know, maybe make you laugh. So like, for instance, this tarot journey, there's a lot more that you get here than like specific guidance. I like to think you get community, we get like laughs, you know, hopefully we can make you laugh about maybe some absurd things that are going on, you know. Yeah, yeah. So it's about like your own confidence, and like I just heard, hide it under a bushel. No, I'm gonna let it shine. So yeah, and this redemption energy and the self-love energy go hand in hand. And this is about discovery. There's some kind of discovery that you are making. And it's leading you, it's a process that's unfolding. And so there's a slow discovery of something that's actually been very antagonistic to you. And it's hidden in the background. Because that's what that hypnos energy is for me. It's hiding in the background. Now that could be hiding in your subconscious. That could be hiding in the background of your life. It could be both. And whatever that is, I think it's trying to bring you low. And it's trying to make you feel like you can't trust yourself. But this is about a problem. And so whatever it is, Spirit's being gentle with you. Spirit's saying it's taking however much time it takes, but they're being gentle with you about how they unearth these things. They are unearthing things in its own time, and that way it can kind of protect you from this energy that shapeshifts. This is so Pluto to me. Like this just is coming across very Pluto. Because Pluto likes to shapeshift. It doesn't like to be seen. It likes to have power. And it's always, to me, connected to like the psyche. So what else are you trying to say here, Spirit? Okay, something's being destroyed. A strategy is being destroyed. For some of you, I'm just going to say this. I know not everybody gets into these kind of messages, but if there's been magic put at you to knock your self-esteem or something here like that, this is going away. But I'm kind of getting like just a steady tempo going away. I'm seeing the 6 of Swords. So you're just kind of steadily moving away. And Spirit is keeping you protected, and some kind of strategy here is being destroyed. It is being deaded. It is being ended, but it's in a certain way. And Spirit's kind of smirking at me. Like, I think if somebody is trying to send you negative energy, they're draining this person of their energy in a way this person doesn't even know or something. It's like they're doing something here, or they're promising this person something. I don't know. And abundance and leadership, maybe. And I think you potentially have these coming in for you as well. Yeah, prosperity. So you've got some real prosperity, but I think there is some kind of energy around you that they're blocking you from, like your spirit guides. And so it is a process, and they're wanting you to trust the process. They're pulling you out of the cave, but they're doing it. There's a timing thing, and they're needing you to trust this, but you have a ton of abundance and prosperity that's coming in. I think you're being encouraged to have a commitment to your skill. Somebody here is like maybe very impressed. They find you to be an inspiration with your skill set, or they will. As you kind of start to trust yourself more and more and maybe put yourself out there. There's somebody here, though, who is obstinate. I feel like they might not be in a great relationship themselves. Their partner might cheat on them a lot, and they are standing there like very proud. I don't know. There's a negative energy around you, and they're keeping you safe from that energy. And it's that energy that's around. It's like, or it's in your psyche, or it's around, and it's making you feel low, or it's making you not feel confident, or not know what to trust. But I'm hearing trust the journey and trust the process. For now, it's one foot in front of the other. You are headed towards real contentment and expansion. You really are. But you gotta trust the process. They told me in my face they do magic on me. Imagine that for real. I'm burping and releasing like crazy as I'm watching. They know about my new path. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so glad. Okay, so for some of you, there definitely is magic going on. And it's somebody that's super jealous, and they're trying to knock your self-esteem. They're trying to like maybe even do something to like your beauty or your wisdom, or they're trying to make you, they want to put you in this chaotic energy, but this is what they are in. Instead, it is an energy of chaos, but it's the energy where nothing grows. Because I feel like this person, why are they so obsessed with you? They want what you have. They want the top spot. Okay, because this Rhiannon card came out. So Rhiannon's the natural queen of her kingdom, and they just don't want you to be. So they have to trick people to throw you out. That's what they want. So I feel like this is kind of like a slower energy, but it's in order to take care of this energy. Spirit is taking care of it. There's nothing that you, well, let me see what you need to do. Inventiveness. Focus on your work. Protect your home. And individuate. Like, don't be afraid to go your own way. This person's really jealous of you. Why? Inquiry, strategy. Somebody could have asked about you to this person, and they thought that it was a strategy to get back into your good graces, or, oh my gosh, they thought, okay, this is so specific. So I'm sorry if it does not resonate, but I think somebody could be married here and their spouse asked about you. And they felt like it was a strategy to like have an affair with you or something, or they felt like this person was attracted to you. But I feel like this person asked about you in a way that was like neutral. They didn't say like, you know, how's that ass looking or like anything like that. You know, they just said something about you. And this person got jealous and they think their partner wants you. And this person is trying to like stand strong. Are you a threat to this person? No. You're showing up in the support energy. So maybe you were trying to support them. Like you, oh, good Lord. So for some of you, you were trying to support this person and they reacted very aggressively to that. Or you just were asking for support. But I feel like you've had to stand up for yourself. Somehow this is a weird reading. You've learned how to stand up for yourself. But I feel like this person feels like it's a fight. But I think whoever is doing this to you, everything is a fight to them. Like there's a crazed energy about this person. There's a frenzied energy and it's in the mind. And maybe that's what Spirit is trying to do. Oh, okay. So maybe for some of you, that's this like timing thing, because maybe that's what Spirit is doing with this person is they're trying to show this person that like they're acting like this, that they don't have any space between their thoughts to consider whether or not this is like true. And they're acting like I feel like they're destroying a lot here. Because they think their partner loves you and is dedicated to you, but, and they threw you out of the kingdom, or they thought they did, or they wanted to. They wanted to dethrone you in some way because you're very positive and you're very confident and very sexy. And with this Osiris energy, like, okay, so Set and Osiris, like this is the person where like nothing that they do grows. So this is jealous. And maybe they thought that you were going to renew something. Okay, so maybe they're married. Maybe they want to renew something. I don't know. There's a renewal energy. Either they think that somebody that they're with, and I think this is somebody that they're with, wants you. And that maybe they want to renew something with you, or that if you put all the pieces together, that you would want to renew something with them, or that they would want to renew something with you. Or maybe this is a person who's married to somebody else and wants to renew something with somebody that they think wants you. This is very complicated. But they want what you have. And this, I think, is a person, I think it's everything, because this person is not a builder. They're a saboteur. So that tells me that this person did something underhand to get this person in a relationship anyways. Like whoever they're with, they did something low, narcissistic, and underhand to get this person in a relationship anyways. I just heard how you lose them is how you get them. And also, but I think this person cheats on them. Maybe they think this person wouldn't cheat on you, but I wouldn't hold my breath. They don't want there to be a new beginning here. And either this is in love, like with their person here, or it's like they just don't want you to have a new beginning. I just heard the word renaissance. They don't want you to have a renaissance. They don't want you to have your day in the sun. This person's obsessed. They're in competition with you. This is quiet competition. They're obsessed with making you low. And it's like a cat playing with their food kind of thing. This is who they really are on the inside. I think they try to act like they're playful and that they're like a sweet person, but like this is who they are on the inside. That. It's very, this always, I know it's Baba Yaga, but it reminds me of Gollum. And you know, Gollum used to be, I don't know if, I think he was a hobbit, but if he wasn't a hobbit, he was some kind of like pleasant creature. I'm pretty sure he was. And he had that best friend. Remember when he found the ring in the silt in the river, and he had that best friend, and then they immediately started fighting, and he like Cain enabled his friend, basically. Enabled. Yeah, this person has this gnarly, nasty side to them. Like they act like they're very like tempting. And I think this is coming through as like a tempting, seducing energy because it's manipulative. Because this person, I don't think, has a sense of self. And like they feel like nothing can grow. So they're always just trying to mimic people that they think have success in the world. And so because of that, they feel like they have low self-esteem. So instead of them looking at that directly and having space between their thoughts, which would be engaging on a spiritual path, right? And really thinking like, does this person mean to cause me harm? Why do I feel like I need to take something from another person? You know, why can't I go find my own path? There is a path waiting for me. Instead of doing all of that, this person has chosen a very dark way of living. Dark as in ignorant, like not shining any light inside of themselves. And so because of that, they have this negative, gnarly, nasty side that comes out, and it just like tries to eat people. And you actually don't have this negative, nasty, gnarly side, but I do think that you can get angry, but it's with purpose. And this person has come at you. So, I just don't think that you're going to be a pushover, but also you're in your life purpose, and there is this kind of like volcano energy, but like when it erupts, so this person is kind of pissing you off, and when it erupts, it's like that fertile soil that a lot can grow. And that's kind of what I'm getting happening here. They're just making you, okay, this person also could have tried to cast you as the bad guy in order to cause a war, in order to cause a rift with like the Helen of Troy. Okay, so I'm just divining here. I'm not getting into like what actually happened. Okay, this is just the impression that I'm getting in this situation, is that this person was like, help me, help me. To their like wanted to maybe turn their lover against you, or want to turn people in general against you. They try to paint you as the villain in some way, or they would like to. Because for some of you, that's why you retreated into your cave, is because somebody was like coming at you or something like that. Yeah. They're trying to like spit in your bean curd. They're trying to like sneak up on you and play a trick. But you're illuminating this, or spirit is illuminating this here as well. Okay, so that's also with the timing, because something's happening. And I don't know what it is. And spirit's not telling me what it is. Because I'm also being drawn to like the black of the card here. Like this is like pitch black. This is utter darkness. Spirit is keeping its plans in utter darkness. Like I cannot see. Something is going on behind the scenes for this person. And I think what spirit's doing is it's flipping this energy on them. So they could have something planned for 6 months from now. They could have something planned for March. They could have some kind of plan that is like unfolding in regards of your energy. But spirit's about to flip this shit on them. And I just heard, is coming for you. They better put your energy down. Because I feel like something, you know what I think it is too? I think something is going to be illuminated about this person. Like about what they try to do to you. Like it's going to be public. Something's going to backfire on this person, or it's going to be unearthed, or it's going to be outed. Somebody here is going to come in. Okay, so this person, this energy, I think this is like pile number 1, where somebody's going to come in with like a message, or with some kind of hidden bit of information, and it's going to paint this person as the culprit. And they could never have guessed where it's going to come from. They could never have put the pieces together, but that's what's going to happen if they don't drop your energy. And they're going to be like thrown out. And okay, so this is interesting because we got the Lilith card here. And Lilith is all about like equality, you know, but she does get like cast out as a demon. But I feel like this person's trying to be equal to your energy, but they can't be equal to your energy because A, they're them and you're you. But also the way that they would be quote unquote equal to your energy is like, I'm hearing this little light of mine. They need to be their own self. This person's trying to be you. And so they're like, I'm not going to live my life. I'm not going to be my true authentic self. I'm going to scheme around and try to take things for other people to crumb together some semblance of a life. But I think that I should be equal in weight to somebody's destiny and life and personality that I'm trying to steal. That's not the way that it works. So if they want to like weight their energy equal to yours, they need to find themselves, and they need to like find their own destiny. And spirit's trying to show that to this person, but they're also out of patience with this person, and they're letting them dig their own grave in some way. There is a gateway here, and I just heard they need to take it. They need to take it. There's a gateway here of like to some other. They're gonna okay. To confidence. Yeah. But also spirit's putting up some kind of blockage or obstacle here. They could have tried to turn somebody who is like a soulmate of yours against you. And they did it by playing the victim, and they did it by like, help me. This person is bullying me. But really, they're bullying you. And it's because they're jealous of you, and it's because they're just crazy chaotic about you behind the scenes. And also, I just heard, I'm not going to say what I heard, but this man has been like, they're very emasculated and they don't make up their own mind about things. So I feel like they're very easily led, and they want to feel like they made the right choice, like in their partner. They don't want to have to, there's a lot that they have to confront about, this is a mess. For them to understand. So if you're looking at like your friend, or like, because I'm not even sure that you want this person. I don't know. This person's like obsessed with you and thinks that you like want their man or something. And I'm not really even getting that. And maybe that's why this person, this masculine energy is pissed. Maybe because you don't want them. Maybe for some you do, but they betrayed you in the past. I'm really getting, for most of you, I don't think you do, or you've already put this to bed. I don't know. But if for some of you, this is like a friend or something. And if you're looking at this person and you're like, why are you attacking me? Like, I literally don't get it. You know who I am. You know, this isn't true. They just can't. They can't, for them to have to acknowledge that they've bought into something here, it unravels their entire life, and they're going to have to make a decision. Yeah. That they've been duped here, possibly by pleasure. This person could have been baited in through like schmegs, and they lost their innocence in this process, and they're just surrounded by fear. So if you're like, I don't understand why this person is bullying me, like, because I think it's one thing for this jealous person to bully you. I don't think they know you very well. I think they're just hell-bent on framing you in a certain way and not really acknowledging the truth of who you are, and trying to get other people to blame you in a certain way. And that's one thing, because I feel like this person doesn't know you very well. And they seem to have their own mental issues that they're not like working through. That makes them see their fear in you and not see what's really actually there. But I think there's somebody here where you're like, but y tu, Brute? Like, you know better than this. But it's because they've partnered up with this person, and now they're just deeply afraid of having to acknowledge the truth of who they genuinely partnered up with. I feel like a lot would have to change about their life. And then they risk, you know what this is, to have this energy pointed at you. You know, this has been crazy as shit. For some of you, there's magic involved, and they were very successful in framing you and ousting you. So this person doesn't want that pointed at them, basically. So they might be, okay. So for some, that's the anvil that's going to be dropped on this other person, is that they're just getting this person that they partnered with, that maybe they unleashed on you. Somebody that should have been your friend and your protector, if not like maybe you were married to this person. This person is starting to actually see it, and they're keeping quiet, and they're planning in the background, and they're actually going to release this person maybe in like 6 months or something. I just heard it again. It's coming for you. Yeah. So that could be the anvil, where some of these people are actually seeing what's gone on here, or they will see it there, because there's some kind of, maybe that's, for some of you, that's why you listen to pile number 1, is what I'm getting, is because there's some key bit of information that's going to be delivered to this person that was like your friend or your partner or something, about this person that they were with, something that incriminates them, something that exposes them. And I think this person's going to sit on that. They're going to keep quiet about it, and they are going to then like release this person, and they've got their eye on the prize. Then they're going to watch this person. They're going to focus on the end of the tunnel here. And I'm seeing them squirreling away like nuts or something like that. And then they're going to try to make amends, because they know that you walked away here. And I think that makes them feel pain that you had to. And this person's going to embark on their own healing journey, where they are connecting with their own golden cup energy. And they're taking some kind of healthy action. But this person works more behind the scenes. And I think it's their partner that's going to turn on them, or somebody's going to leave them. This nasty person that's so hell-bent focused on you. And you know what the crazy thing is? Because I feel like they think that you are going to, like, either you did cause the downfall of their relationship, or that you want to, or that you did. I think no such thing. I think it's this person's Looney Tune. This person's crazy is what's destroying their relationship. This person's behavior is what is destroying this relationship, because this is out of pocket. What's going on here? This is wild. Like, what they did to you, it's absolutely uncalled for. And somebody's going to see it. Somebody in a position of power. Somebody who can do something about it. And they're going to have more fear about just remaining in the flow with this person than they have about leaving and finding their own contentment and expanding and destroying and being separate from this person. So that's what I feel like the energy is turning on them. So I don't know if they this is definitely, I think, karma for a lot of you. So I don't know if they did destroy your relationship with this person. And for some, it's not a romantic relationship. You could have been friends with this person. You could have been coworkers with this person, and you were supposed to get along, and you were supposed to work on your project together. But this person's like, you guys are having an affair, and you're like, no, we're not. We're really working until 7 p.m. because we really do have to get this done in 2 weeks. I don't want your man, because I got it like that, but it don't even got to be like that. Yo man, he be calling me back. He think I'm fine, and a matter of fact. So, I don't think that you're like that at all, though. Like, I don't think that you're like, but this person maybe thinks that you are. Maybe thinks that their man wants you. But that's not your problem, because I just feel like you're a nice person and you're like a moral person. And this person just refuses to see that. And it could be that somebody has, maybe that's the message that's coming in. Somebody could have gotten in their head in order to like sick this person on you. I don't know. This was so specific. And I do think for a lot of you, there's been magic involved. More and more people are getting into magic. I don't even feel as weird saying those things when they come through, because more and more people are like doing magic that they don't understand, or that they don't care to understand, like the repercussions of those kind of actions. But look, you're protected. And I think for some, you've pieced together that this is like what's going on. And you've asked for protection, and you're going to start to expand, and people are going to, and this person is, you're going to start, all of this centers around this authenticity. The real you, who you are. The real you is who you are when ain't nobody watching. You spend your whole life worried about what's in your wallet. For what? That money won't show up in your coffin. So you're not even worried about like money or anything. Like, you're focused on authenticity, and because of that, like, you're just expanding. Whereas I feel like it's funny. It's the same energy for this person. It's just the opposite result, because also their authenticity is coming out. So there's something about you where you're a mirror to this person. Your authenticity is something that you've been willing to engage with. And because of that, it's like blooming, and you're showing like that energy. Their authenticity is something that takes from them because they haven't built it up. Their whole life is like a lie, and they've tried, everything that they have is somebody else's destiny. This is a person I'm hearing who takes like shots at people in order to try to steal things from other people to cobble together a life. They took this person's man, and they took this person's job, and they took this person's home, and they took this person's dog, and like, you know, it's like that. And then they tried to mush it together. This is also a person that might, for some of you, you may just notice that this person like watches you, or like, I don't know. And I don't know, you know that this person, like, you dye your hair and then they dye their hair, or like, you know, it's something weird like that. But it's because they don't want to take on the responsibility of like just being authentic, because they might not know what's good, or if somebody's going to make fun of them. Because this person, I think, makes fun of people too, like in a really harsh way or something. But it's to jibe, you know? And so I don't know. It's like, if you got this man, they know that's a good man, you know? And if you're willing to be seen in public with this man, they know that that's a good man. So they're like, I better take that man, because I can't go out and find my own, because I don't know how to do, you know what I'm saying? It's like that kind of energy. You won't even have money for a coffin girl. That much I can tell you. Get that nonsense going. Divine wrath is real. Yeah, I'm really like getting that. So this person is just, I feel, truly fixated on you, and they're obsessed with you. And you probably feel this energy around, but you have been growing in your confidence. Spirit's been trying to make you laugh as well. Maybe at this situation and the absurdity of this person's like fixation on you. But I'm also seeing like the happy Chinaman, like, you know, that little fat guy at the restaurant. Sometimes you can rub his belly and he's like, ha 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 ha. Like, I feel like Spirit's been trying to make you like laugh more, because and now I'm seeing somebody with like sticks walking through the forest trying to like scare off like predators or something. But that laugh energy, I feel like, is kind of like your charm against the dark a bit, where it's like so if you've been drawn to like watching comedy more, or if you've been drawn to, if a funny person has entered your life and you're like, man, I'm just like splitting a rib every day at work, like, you know, there's a reason for that, like energetically. And there is a timing thing, and you're not being punished, you're actually being looked after. You're being looked after, because this person is inventive, but this person also just feels ugly. And maybe they feel ugly on the outside. Or maybe, okay, I'm getting here that there's whoever's, okay. You know, because Vulcan marries Aphrodite in the myth. And he's just like, he works all the time. He's like this workaholic. And Aphrodite grows to like respect him, but there's not like a love match. Like, so I'm kind of getting that. I know this is Vesta energy, but I'm getting like, so this person's very protective of their home setup. I think they want the luxury. I think they want like the home energy. And they try to turn this person against you. Look, he carries a big hammer, this guy. And look at the eyes. I don't know if you can see the eyes there. it's like glowing red, and it's kind of reminding me of like the Typhon energy from this, like the anger energy. They've tried to make this person angry towards you in order to defend. They think they're defending. This person acts like they're standing so strong that they're defending their home. Meanwhile, you're minding your own business, and this is just abuse. So the karma that's coming in here is like pretty bad. Because it's not at all how she paints it. She paints it as like she's just protecting her home. She's protecting her family and her life and what she has. No. And she's doing it by trying to rile this person up, who's actually very inventive and carries a big stick, and who she wants his eyes of anger on you. And it's showing up in a masculine energy, but it could be a feminine. I don't know. Take it however it resonates. And I think they're trying to paint your individuating. Possibly you moving away from these two. This is a toxic couple. But for some of you, this could be your parents. I don't know. But like, they're trying to say that you individuating and you moving away. And look, she's getting ready to grab for her bow because she's like, I will defend myself if necessary. Okay, but I am moving away and I am being my own person. And I have every right to do that, you weirdos. And they're trying, this person, it's the female here who's trying to get this masculine to attack. And he's responsible for his own choices, and he's damn well responsible for his own actions as a man, like incarnating in a male body, also in a female body, but there's like, that is emphasized here. He doesn't get to just be meat. He doesn't get to be brain dead meat and be like, I don't know, she told me to. I'd be swinging my stick over here because that's what she told me to do. Like, sir, grow up. So, but they're trying to say like that because you are individuating and you're changing, that it's you attacking. You are being arrested, because look at her body language. She's moving away. Her body is not, but she's trying to say, oh, it's you're focused on them and you're pointing your body towards them. No, you're not. Your body's pointed away from them. You're like, I'm moving forward. I am reaching for my bow because if you make a move here, I am going to defend myself. But she's like, oh my gosh, this person is the leader of the Amazons and we're being attacked, and like, in order to just drum up a war. And I think this man is in an abusive relationship. I don't think he knows it because I think he works a lot, and I think he's kind of hardened to anything else. And I think that he might be in the pile number 3 group where he just gets sucked into this, like, he thinks she's like sweet or whatever, but she's got him out here attacking innocent people. So it's an abusive relationship. And, I feel he needs to make a decision to heal from this and to actually like leave. But I'm hearing myself in pile 3 say like, you need to see it from the other side. And he needs to see it. He's like locked on like a predator. He needs to take a breath and like actually look around. But yeah, because I'm just getting that he's responsible for himself. That just flew out of my mind. Why? Oh, peace, energy. Oh, because I'm offering support for this. Yeah. This person, this evil lady here does not want this man to leave. She doesn't want me to say the message of like, he needs to make the decision here. He needs to consider it from your side. That's what I was going to say. He needs to consider it from both sides. She doesn't want him to look at it empathetically from your perspective and what it must feel like to be confronted with this idiocy. This is stupidity. This is a lot to deal with because these two don't belong together. And they're everybody's problem. Okay. So you are like, no. And so he needs to see it from your side. What it must be like to have to move away from this ridiculousness and to have to protect yourself against him just idiotly swinging his big hammer at you. It's not this energy. And he will see that it's not this energy. And he's going to recognize that he has been. Okay, because I'm hearing myself in pile 3, where I was saying, like, you're going to realize some kind of war energy was actually protection. You're not at war. You're just protecting yourself. If he stops coming at you, you stop. This all stops. They're perpetuating it. And if he just stops and uses his brain instead of swinging his hammer violently around because somebody wound him up and put him in, you should feel ashamed about that. If somebody can just wind you up and put you in a direction and you're just going to start swinging your hammer to harm people, yeah, you should feel some shame about that. Nobody should be able to do that to you. And that's probably some karma that these two, I'm hearing she's done this before. Like, he's just her soldier, toy soldier is what I'm getting. No. Like, he needs to check her. He needs to say, why are you going after somebody that's just individuating? He's going to see that what he thought was a war was actually just protection. You are actually just protecting yourself. And I just heard, if you want war, we got war at home. because somebody here is starting a war. And you know what? They're starting a war that they don't have to even fight. They're sending this person to do it. So this person is like, meanwhile, you're like, I will defend myself. Don't come over here. And this guy is like, I know I'm a man and you're a woman. And this is an older man and this is a younger woman. But I will cause you physical harm. That's really gross. You should probably get help for that. You should probably be in jail for that. And this person's like, oh my God, you're right. Like, they're going to have this, like, men are not supposed to do that. Like, what? And I'm also hearing, like, what he's going to realize that what he thought was protection, because he thinks men should not involve in women's business. Like, ugh. Because he only knows how to swing his big hammer, and that's not the way this needs to be handled. Like, has he ever heard of diplomacy or like a mediator? No. Has he ever heard of a conversation? No. I also think that that's a trick of this person where they try to equate words with violence. They're like, oh, this person standing up for themselves with words is the same as physical violence. So therefore use your man violent energy over here. And that's the same thing. The fuck it is. The fuck it's the same thing. No, it's not. So that's another thing that I think this person does is, they are just very good at like painting something. This person just has no mind of their own. Like, they need to make up their own mind. So they're being convinced by this lady that what they're doing is protection. And it's just attack. And he's attacking a little girl. So he should be in jail. I don't know if this is physical attack. I don't know what this is. Or if it's magical attack. But no grown man should be attacking a girl. He needs to say, you're older than her. The fuck is wrong with you? You can't use your words. Like, why does this person not have to be an adult? This person is not behaving. This is not well. This person is not of sound mind. Because I just feel like any therapist would be like, use your words. You need to figure out how to use your words. Why are you swinging this hammer? Use your words. But that's not what this person wants. They want a war. And they want this person to think that they're protecting their home. When you're not a threat to any of that. You're just trying to individuate. They're coming at you and you're protecting yourself. That's not a war. That's an attack. And the karma is going to let them know that they were on the wrong side of history, I just heard. They're on the wrong side of something here. And they're about to get a wake-up call. He has a choice to make. I think he's at a crossroads where he can kind of see something here. Or there's going to shortly be some kind of incoming illumination, some kind of incoming message. And he needs to move away from it. And he's probably going to retreat within himself and leave 6 months from now. Something like that. If he just comes to his senses and is like, nobody winds me up to go attack somebody who's just trying to protect themselves. It just doesn't happen. I don't let it happen. Or there's some almighty karma coming down. I also think this man might love you. I don't know. I don't know who this is in your life, but it's like, I love you. Why have I been attacking you? He's going to put the pieces together. Somebody is potentially coming in to help him do that. He needs to have self-trust. That's why he lets her boss him around. And she just tells him how it is. And she just tells him what everything is. And he just like accepts it. Okay, so I'm deeply sorry if you got wrapped up in whatever that is. You're just being encouraged to focus on this Cernunnos energy. So like you're shape-shifting, but that's like the Emperor card for me. So like I think you have individuated and maybe you're trying to get like a new like routine, or I don't know, just focus on yourself, like focus on individuating and a healing cycle. You have the higher cup here. And so allow that to bring your confidence and your self-trust back. And if you have to stay in this cave, it's because the reason is because there's karma playing out between these two that are sending you, I think they're sending you magic. I think they're sending you negative energy. They're trying to take your beauty. They're trying to take your confidence. They're trying to dominate over you in some way. And they want to say that it's protection. This is attack energy. These two have karmas that they're working out between the two of them and as individuals. They need to knock it off. So you are being protected in that cave energy, although you're still progressing as these two are being faced with their own karmic choices. But that's running out. I'm hearing TikTok, like the time is running out. And she needs to call off her dog here if she wants to keep him. I don't think she's going to keep him though, actually. Because something's coming in. Some kind of message. Something's going to be unearthed. Something's going to be realized here. He has plenty of time because this is an intelligence test for him. There's plenty to put the pieces together that she's not what she says she is. And that what she says is protection is actually like attack energy. There's plenty there for him to put together and discover on his own. But if he doesn't do that, and if he does fail his karmic test here, there's a bombshell. There's a bombshell coming in. I just felt tear energy too. It's going to make him cry. I don't think this man's very emotional in any way. It's going to make him cry, and it's like hot tears. And it's yelling energy too. Yeah, because like there's something at the chin, yelling energy. And it may have something to do with like his ambition. Okay, yeah, and then there might be some kind of sudden release. Whatever it is going to piss him off. Yeah, it's going to have to do with her being like selfish and like self-absorbed. There's something coming in. And I'm telling you, it's like Spirit is like, it's very in the dark. I feel like it's going to surprise even like this lady. She's going to be like, where did that come from? That came out of left field. How did that get unearthed? Like there's something coming in like that. It could also be because of him. Because even if he's like, I can't figure this out, he's inventive. So he may invent a way to kind of get to the truth of something. And prevent himself from going around another cycle. Because for some, this man doesn't want to go around again with this lady. For some, he's like waking up. Almost the longer I'm speaking here, the more I feel like he's waking up. And she was trying to stop me from saying certain things here as well. So there could be somebody in his life. Maybe it is a therapist. I don't know. That's like, are you waking up to this? This is not healthy. Surrender. Ghosted. Magnetic attraction. Reconciliation. Divine intervention. So there is a divine intervention coming. He could have ghosted somebody to be with her. Ooh. Divine timing. There could be divine timing reconciliation with somebody that knows the person that he ghosted, which is probably his divine soulmate. Or like the real deal in some way. And either it's like a person that they both know that drops like a bombshell about this person or I don't know, something. Or maybe it's that person. Maybe they reconcile. They could reconcile with somebody here. Could be date, text message. Maybe this person's had an affair. Storm warning. Upheaval, obstacle, wrecking ball, and drama. And I gotta say, I think some of these people like could be listening in here. Like if you're a part of this toxic couple, for some of you, you're probably not saying anything. Spirit is giving you the heads up on this. This is coming in. It's big. It's strong. You've got a certain amount of time to start cleaning something up here. But I feel like there's a fear energy about somebody going on a date or meeting up. Hook up. Maybe it's coming to light or something. Mystery. Snake. Secret cut. Something here. I don't know if this person, like I said, this is a person who got somebody by underhanded means. So there's some, divine timing keeps coming out. It's coming for you. I keep hearing that. Signs and synchronicities, this snake energy. Something's going to come out. And it cannot be stopped. You can't stop it. Uh-oh. So they need to knock it off. It's not protection, it's war. And I feel like there's something laughable about a man going after a woman. It's just as laughable as that, if it's not that exact situation. I feel like there is a grown man who carries a very big hammer, who has his eyes locked predatorily onto a very small female. And that is a misuse of that energy. He might be skinny in the arms, and that's a karmic justice. That's a karmic punishment because he misuses his masculine strength. And they won't give him any more until he proves that he's a protector with it and not an idiot like this. So anyways, jail. It could very well be jail. I just heard, "Are you ready?" from the Princess and the Frog. Yeah. Your beauty is returning or never left, I just heard. It was smoke and mirrors, the way she was angry. Yeah. I wish he would just get angry and stick up for himself. I think it's weird because he doesn't hate you, but his anger is directed towards you. He's too scared to get angry at her. And because she will turn that into something. Okay, there's this people that I knew when I was young, and I'll just leave it at that. And I was very young. I was a child when this happened, but because it was a big kerfuffle and they were like trying to get us out of the garage because it was a big fight between a man and a woman. And they were trying to break into each other's cars because, I don't know, it was a fight. It was like domestic violence situation. And like somebody had a key. They were trying to get the keys out of each other's hand, and it like cut open somebody's finger. And there was a little bit of blood. And that person was like squishing the blood like up on their shirt. And that's kind of what I'm getting is like, he's afraid of this person. He's afraid of remember I told you, like, because of how successfully they framed you. So I think it's probably for the best that he doesn't get angry. I don't think that he's going to get angry. He's too scared to get, this man is a pansy because he's going to get angry at somebody who can't defend themselves, and he'll just unleash the full load of his strength on that person. It is coward energy is what it is. This guy ain't shit. I hope he gets rocked in the mouth personally by someone. Pick on somebody your own size, a-hole. And he just might, is what I'm hearing. And I did just hear jail. So he might like get put in jail, and maybe he does get into jail, but I don't know. But he's not picking on somebody his own size, and he's scared of her. So he's not going to get mad at her. No, because he's scared of her manipulation. He knows she's manipulative, yet he's still her freaking guard dog. This isn't a guard dog either. This is attack dog. He still attacks on command for her. This is gross. Be embarrassed. If this is you, be embarrassed. That is definitely worth being embarrassed about. I just heard you like to have a little more bulk in other lives, like as a man, and this is how you do it, because you have to be worthy of it. You have to be able to use it towards like the proper means. And you're not, right? You're not there yet. So you need to stop attacking little girls, is what I'm hearing. That's not what men do. That's not what men do, is what I just heard. No. So, yeah. I just think he's going to plan, and he's going to get out of there. And I think she's a narcissist. Like, there's something, she is manipulative, and she will lie about him. She lied about you. That's what she does. He knows what she does. He just doesn't stand up to her. So it's just weakness. This is gross. So this is like karmic damnation, like exponential, because he knows it's not protection energy. He knows it's not. He knows she's foaming at the mouth, and when she foams at the mouth, he better go attack in whatever direction she points. She's the abuser. She always has been. She's the one that needs stopped. She always has been. I think it just gives him the ability to think he's strong, but he's just a bully. He's just a bully. There's a difference between being a bully and actually being strong. He needs to learn that. So anyways, I'm not impressed with that energy at all. Neither is Spirit. Most people aren't. This is disgraceful. So he went after Padme, not realizing that behind was Darth Vader. Yes, rocked in their mouths. Yeah. I mean, somebody like that, this is somebody who does not pick on somebody their own size. Like, this man would never mouth off to somebody that could hold their own. That's what I don't respect about this energy. If this was a 6-foot tall man, he wouldn't be running his mouth like that. He wouldn't come at him like that. If this man had like money and status, he wouldn't be coming at them like that. So he's not brave. He's not a protector. He's an idiot. All right. So with that being said, compassion. What a moron. Compassion for your idiocy. Literally me. See, this is what I'm saying. It's like, I know I'm not a saint. I know I'm not a sage. Okay. But I do my best. Okay. Okay. So sounds like your ex who will put his hands on women and kids, but never a man. Isn't that how it goes? Because cruelty and cowardice tend to go hand in hand. Let's do the compassion dance. Toy, 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 toy. All right, so that's what I have, you guys. Thank you for spending our Friday with me. I hope you guys had the happiest of New Year's. And we have a Patreon live stream tomorrow. Do we know what that one is?
Yes, we do.
Alex knows. So he came after you covertly. Yeah, so I will see those of you who are on Patreon tomorrow. And I think that's all I really have. So we sell candles. If you would like that, there's a link. And thanks for hanging out.
Past life reading.
Oh, it's a past life reading tomorrow. What wants to come through for your past lives? Ooh. This has been freaking amazing. Good God. Love you, Jess. I'm so glad. Since a child, I don't take abuse well, and I don't like bullies abusing innocent people. Yeah. Thank you so much. Very healing to kick off this. Yeah, and a lot of you do have really good people coming in. Like those last two piles, the hermit energy, amazing. And the healer energy, like for those of you in pile 3, like there is, if you choose to, like there is a lot of happy, joyous, fresh, healing energy coming in from that. And they're just giving you the heads up on the other stuff. That yeah, there is this energy that like wants to come back in for you. But what I love about that is like, there was no energy behind it. There was no color in it. I just don't think that you're as tempted, you know, to like go with that. So anyways, all right, that's what I have for you guys. Bye.